Welcome everybody to the Talk is Cheap Invitational. My name is Hodge. Joining alongside me here is, of course, the one, the only Zach. Zach, it's great to be here. Right, we've got loads of action coming up, but what an event this is going to be! What a tournament this is going to be! And it's good to bring some hype events to the Swiss scene towards the end of 2025.
It is, and I'm glad to be joined by you, Hodge. I believe you did the draft stream, I think, which was last week. So we have 8 teams in this event, and they did the captains drafted their teammates last weekend in a specific order. How was it? Do you want to give us like a quick introduction to how that worked?
Yeah, so if we have a look at the format here, the teams were sort of given, they're sort of drawn one by one and given the choice of which picks they wanted. So, you know, you could have pick 8 and 9, you could have pick 7 and 10. They came as like a package deal, and those were drawn in the order. And it worked in a way where everybody seemed to pick it one by one in reverse. So you'd have teams, for example, picking, the dogs picking 8 and 9, and then it worked that every next pick, people just went backwards along the line, with the last pick going to Mackey's Muchachos with 1 and 16. So it's a bit of a trade-off, right, Zach? Because if you have pick 1, you have pick 1, but you also have pick 16. So I guess teams opted to try and favor that more balanced team scenario rather than the sort of, you know, uneven team scenario. So it'll be fun to see how all the teams, you know, develop when they actually hit the field today and tomorrow over the course of this event. But we have, you know, the teams now set in stone after that draft stream. So I wonder if maybe, I'm not sure if we're just going to go and jump in and take a look at them or how this is going to go. The best thing about this stream is it's a bit more of an unprofessional stream in a sense where, but you know, we have a bit more freedom. But yeah, I mean, let's take a look at the first team here. It is Dix's Dogs, and just taking a look at who Dix was able to pick up. It was Njib and Turb.
Yeah, Dix's Dogs. He, I believe, was pick 8 and 9, so he picked these two players together. We do have like a few like team summaries that was provided. It's been pretty useful, but this is the duo of Dive Esports after being awarded the last pick, and this is team synergy. So already this team is partially complete, and then you've got Dixer to kind of back them up and really support them as a team. So that's one of the things that I think is really unique to the draft pick, is that you can in some situations like this just pick teammates who already have played with each other for years, right? It's one of the advantages.
Yeah, right, and you know, moving on, because we've got many teams to cover here.
Yeah, we could just blast through them, right?
Advantage. I mean, we could blast through them, but I've been told we're going to have a bit of a delayed start to this one, so maybe we'll hold that thought for a second. Moving on to Flo's Fiends, though, it is obviously Flo, the captain here, making those selections, and the pick number 6 that came through was Nukes, hopping on over to this team.
Another 2 teammates, by the way.
Yeah, I'm having a look at this. This is a bit of a debate that I always go through. How do you say? Do you say 2005 or is it 2005? Like, both of them feel so unnatural. I was going to say it's peak, but that just seems weird. So, we'll go with that. And then on the other side, it is a Rolly there, like you mentioned, Zach. 2 teammates who have experience playing with each other. And when we look at this this team in general, right? I'm looking at this one. It seems that there's a note here in my notes. If this team makes top 4, they'll need a sub for Flo. And rumors have it that a player called Gemal might make a return who hasn't been in the scene since 2019. So that's interesting. But in terms of the team overall, Flo came in with the highest average placements across all events over the last year of Swiss competitions, and he's picked up the duo of Nukes and Aroli. And it's good to go for that synergy element as well, right? Because these 2 players have been teaming for a while under the banner of Simmer Umi, and they are all German-speaking teams, so they're going to have that language synergy, which when we talked about on the draft stream, it's going to prove to be a little bit of a buff for some of these teams, right? I'm excited to see where that is going to go and how it's going to help out some of these rosters. All right, well, moving on to Jew's Jury, and we will get the next team loaded in here on the the I guess little section of Pokemon cards we almost referred to them as the other day, and see where we stand with this. And yeah, we're dealing with some technical issues here because one of my co-caster, my co-host in Zach, has unfortunately had his internet die. So instead, we'll bring in a new analyst here for the pre-show. Welcome, Kiki. And what can you tell us about this GG's Jury team?
So I absolutely did my research here, and I am absolutely ready to just immediately jump in here and cover for my beautiful co-caster Zach. I will say that they're definitely a strong team. They were one of my favorites, basically, alongside Trocker's team there as well. And these guys, they definitely kind of pack a punch because, the only weird thing to me was the rivals in terms of Pirth kind of having Toyf as a rival, so and he just put him on the team. That's why I'm just intrigued about this matchup. I don't know how it's gonna go. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I know it's gonna be interesting. The reason being, you picked a team and you picked players that are rivals with each other. So I don't know how it's gonna go. But I just know it might be explosive. I just don't know to what extent, whether it will be onto the opposition or whether it will be onto themselves. So what are your thoughts on the fact that, kind of Perf has Toyf, his teammate, as a rival here? No. You're muted, Hodge.
Oh, there we go. We've got to get the production issues out of the way sooner rather than later, right? So yeah, I think is it going to build some sort of like on the team rivalry as well? Are they going to start like fighting over goals and stuff? Or no? I think it is just going to be a case of they're going to have that experience, right, Kiki? And sometimes it's quite fun to just put someone who as a rival because you want to beat them, right? So we'll see where things go with that. And GG's Jury, when we did the sort of overview in the original draft stream, I think this is one of the teams that we looked at and thought, yeah, they could be one of the top teams here going into this. But I think there's a lot of teams that you can look at and say they could be one of the top teams. That's the best part about a draft format like this. A lot of it is pretty unknown in like how we're gonna sort of go into this day in general. But moving on, we have the next set of matches to go into. No, not matches. The next set of teams to go into. Next up is going to be Mackie's Muchachos, I believe it says on the sheet here, but that could no, it's not. Okay, so the sheet's in the wrong order. It's Melox's Menaces, but it is Melox, Mystica, and Daddy. Kiki, looking at this one, we saw the picks coming through. A bit of an interesting set of picks here. And I've been told that Kiva will replace Didi. Kiva is Melox's regular teammate at My Insanity. So My Insanity, they didn't necessarily have the greatest performance in the Ibex League recently. But the core of this team back together here on Melox's Menaces. And they're going to be looking to try and have a bit of a better performance now that they are playing with Mystica, who was certainly a very high priority pick in the draft, going away second. And was certainly, a young player who had a bit of a come up in that IGL series on, I believe it was Cypher Seraph. Really surprised a lot of people and going to look to sort of turn a few heads here as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And, when you put a core of a team in there and then like a player that can find himself on the pitch and do whatever he wants in terms of like solo playing and stuff like that, you got a core with that kind of old roster, and then you have Mystica as well coming in here with, well, that peak, everyone can see it. 2100 is pretty high in this competition right now and in this tournament, so you're kind of looking at a pretty solid player that doesn't necessarily need chemistry to work his way around the field. So I'm thinking that this was actually one of my favorites to actually win it all in terms of just, raw skill, raw talent, and just some of that kind of back and forth chemistry that they had. Well, now that was out the window because DD is getting replaced, obviously. But regardless, I think the Menaces do have a great chance at some sort of, dark horse uprising against Troca's squad, because we know Troca is a little bit more powerful than these guys. But regardless, I think these guys are a great kind of like favorite, not really a favorite, but a great, contender for the title itself here, Hodge. And moving on here, Any thoughts about the fact that Mystica is kind of, trying to find himself alongside, the rivalry of all of Dive Esports? Any background on that, or are we just left in the blind there as well?
To be honest, I think we'll just see what happens. I'm pretty sure the reason I could be the reason for that could be that they played against them in. I swear that was like a semi-finals match in the Ibex League. I could be wrong here, and I could be getting corrected. But we'll see. I'm hearing Discord pings, and I'm having a look to see if I'm getting corrected, but I'm not. So that's good news, which probably means I might know ball. But I think we should just move on. So we will move on, and we'll get towards the next teams here. It is going to be Marquis Muchachos up next here, and I mean this is quite a star-studded roster across the board. Right, you've got a Marquis from the Vision Gaming team who has found so much success in the Swiss scene. Narwok, who came in recently into that My Insanity team, I believe, if I'm correct. And I'm just checking this quickly, just because I don't want to get anything wrong here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, well, I'm correct. I think
he's done his research.
I'm correct. I've done my research, and I'm correct. But yeah, Maki on Vision Gaming, Narwok from My Insanity, Olympic from I mean, having a lot of experience in Rocket League in the SSA or LCS. So I mean, this team they could really do anything. They could go anywhere. And actually, I believe I've got Zach alongside me again. So welcome back, Zach.
Thank you. Do you know, I think it's just classic that you start an event, 2 minutes in, your internet crashes for no reason. No real context given.
Unlike RLCS, we didn't have the servers go down for 45 minutes, so I think that means we're better than them.
That has happened. It's the day to have internet issues. That's what I'm hearing, basically. No, it's weird because I saw you lagging out and I'm like, oh damn, Hodge is having internet issues, but it was actually me that was having internet issues, and then I just vanished from the room. So
it's like
thank you for
prime Uno reverse card right there.
Yeah, well, thank you to Kiki for filling in for me. Have we been scrolling through the teams?
Yes.
I guess. Oh, brilliant. We're at
Marquis
Muchachos. Oh yes, of course. So the captain with the first and the last pick. So of course he has the last pick, but he didn't actually get to pick it because it was process of elimination, right? So he had Olympic as his last pick, but Olympic, I hear, is not. His rating is 1765, but I actually hear that he's much better than that. So that might be a bit of a dark horse in the tournament, potentially. I'm not too sure if it's the teams that have just seen that MMR and like, oh, I don't want to pick that. That's the lowest number. But supposedly he's a lot better than his rating tells others.
I mean, I'm having a look at that description there. The main reason I should be drafted, because we asked everybody for a reason why they should be drafted, or a little bit of a statement. And he says, the main reason I should be drafted is because I have years of experience in RLCS, SSA, and a few top 3 on LAN as well. And apparently he also uses his car as a battery, and I'm not really sure what that means, but
what?
Slay. Anyway, moving forward into the next team, because before you joined us, I already did a little bit of a piece on Marquis Muchachos, so we've got to try and move forward. And moving forward will be one of the teams. We've covered already one of them, but one of the other teams that we will be seeing in our first match here of the day. It is Celt Squadron, and Celt Squadron here, Zach. Certainly coming into this, as I'd say, the team that people expect to maybe not do as well. Especially, I think one of the main reasons for that is because there's a bit of a language barrier on this team.
Yeah, I don't know. I knew Salt from, I think it's Vision Gaming.
Yes, you're correct.
And Mouse and Rogers, I have no idea who these players are. So I think not. I think it's one of the teams where my expectations aren't really there. You know what I mean?
Well,
like it's what do you make of that? Like teams that maybe have communication problems, and then two players that you actually know. You know the captain. Could it just be chaos, like beauty and chaos almost?
So this is where we look towards the team summaries that we've been given by our producer here, and this is where we normally go, oh, this is a load of information about this player we don't know. No, I'm having a look and a read of this, and Mois isn't a player who's known to Cassalien either, so it's a bit of a surprise to see him come through as the 4th pick. But based on that bio, I feel like these guys are terrible. I mean, the average peak of this pool is like 1,700, and nobody in this pool has more than 20 hours in the past 2 weeks. Also, good luck to everybody who gets drafted to Dix's team. His ego is bigger than his belly. Yeah, sure. Anyway, moving on to Rifers, I'm having a look at this and seeing that. I'm trying to read through this to make it make sense in a sentence, okay? Selt himself is German, and their 3rd pick is Rifers. He is also German. Whether this combo will serve them as going into the event remains to be seen, but Selt is set on winning the whole thing. Considering people power ranked his team at the very bottom, that's maybe a little bit of an ask, but we'll see, right? And I think for now it's just about moving on to the next team. Because unless you've got any other thing to say about this team.
No, honestly, what it does say about Rifles is that he's got a new peak. This is the peak that he's shown us today is actually his newest peak that he got recently, and it kind of runs contrast to Maoist, where he's talking about how no one plays the game anymore. So I don't know. Yeah, it's just lead me right back to confusion. But we can move on to the next team. I think let's get this moving. We've got R6 Fighters team, who I believe
they're on stream, yeah.
Yeah, they're on stream. They're I believe squadron. They are Celt's opponents, which is that's really good.
You know, it's bad when they don't even get they don't even get their own unique introduction. They are Celt's opponents.
No.
Anyway,
I'm thrown off because I had an internet problem. It's letting me alone. You got to give me time to recover.
That's fine. Well, I think having a look at this team, right, you've got Swiftly coming through as pick number 5, Shadow coming through as pick number 12, and if they make top 4, then Shadow will be replaced by Googie, I don't know, but formerly the captain of Googie's Goons, and had to withdraw from the event for reasons that we will leave undisclosed, but he opted for a sub-role in case he's needed for his longtime buddy and teammate, Fighter Googie, and Fighter won the IGL alongside Juju, so this team, they could be a bit of a formidable opponent that, you know, these players have got to try and contend with here. So we'll see, right? I think that this team is a team that you look at and you'll say it is a we'll see team. I mean, I've seen all of these players around before in the Swiss scene, and I think it could just be a sort of thing where we look at and say, if this works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But anyway, on to the next team, because we've got to sort of speed this up a little bit, we've been told. It is going to be Trocker's Troops.
Trocker, probably the best player in the tournament, or so I'm told. Someone who stands at the top of the Swiss scene and is renowned as one of the best players, but you can see there. Redacted rival. And there's someone that he's here to show up, so I wonder who that is. Maybe if you're familiar with the Swiss scene, you might know who that is, even with that redacted sound. But Nost and Tabs, yeah, this is a very, very strong roster. I think one of the top rosters that we have, and one that I'm looking forward to seeing the most. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I think I definitely agree. It's certainly one of those teams that's got very high potential here. Have we got any more teams left to go over, or that is all the teams that we have to go over. These are the 8 teams that will be playing in the event, but having a look at what we're going to be playing through today, it is the group stage round robin format. Everybody is going to play everybody in a best of 2 situation, and you know, I like a best of 2. It's you know, the FIFA E World Cup format that is used in Rocket League, where if you win, you get some points. If you lose, you get as many points as the other team. And if you draw, you get as many points as the other team. If you lose, you don't get any points. So I'm not really sure how the point system works, but you win, you do good. You draw, you do all right. You lose, you're not doing so well.
Yeah, I believe it's 2 if you win, 1 if you draw. But yeah, essentially we have the group stage of 8 teams. The top 3 seeds will go through to the playoffs, and then the remaining 5 will fight it out in a playoff gauntlet, which I believe we do have a team.
Ooh. I like it.
There it is, yeah. Seed 8 versus Seed 7. So the lower your seed, obviously, the more games you have to play through the bracket. As you can see, the seeds are the better players are seeded higher into this gauntlet. So it's essentially everyone has a chance to qualify for playoffs. But the lower your seed, the harder it is for you, essentially. Right? This is the FIFA format that we're used to saying.
Definitely. Well, it's definitely the format that we're used to seeing, and you know, if you make it out of this gauntlet, right, Zach, then you make it to the playoffs. Congratulations! So if you get 1 seed, 2 seed, or 3 seed in the groups, you don't have to worry about that King of the Hill gauntlet bracket. You just forget about that. You get a little bit of a break on Saturday where you wait a little bit longer. And, you know, if you make it out of that gauntlet, then you get to play the first seed from group stages. So congratulations. You might have a bit of a hard time, but yeah, you get to challenge yourself once more here. And if you win that, you go to the grand finals. If you win that, guess what? You're crowned champion here in the Talkers Cheap Invitational. So a lot on the line, especially in that playoff bracket. But we've got to talk about the match that we're about to witness right here, right now, because we've got a matchup. It's our first matchup of the day here, Zach. It is, I believe, R6 fighters taking on Celt's squadron. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be an interesting match to kick things off, where we start to see where these teams that, you know, we've rated on paper, where that transcends into the actual game.
Yeah, I mean, 2 extremely strong teams to set us off for the start of round 1, day 1 Talkers Cheap. You've got 2 of the strongest teams, 2 that are talking a lot of trash already, so they are there to kind of define what this tournament's all about, what the Swiss scene has for us in terms of that competitive flair to all these players. But I'm excited to get into it, Hodge, and I'm sure you are too. I do believe have all the players ready, so at some point in the very, very, very near future, we should get started.
The very, very future is now. The future is now. The future is here. And, well, the future over the next 2 days will be what decides a champion. But it all kicks off here with the group stages. And it all kicks off here with the very first match.
A game of inches, instinct, and astonishing plays where a single touch can rewrite the series, and one moment of brilliance can echo across an entire season. Tonight, 2 teams step onto the field. Only one can come out on top. The wait is over. Let's get ourselves underway, because actions will speak louder than words, because here, talk is cheap. Zach, welcome to the action, and please take us away here for the incredible opener of our event.
Oh, the wait is over, and there we have the teams flying into kickoff, and it looks like a kickoff goal to set us away. Celt immediately putting one in for the team, and off to an explosive start. Kiki, how are you, man?
Very much so. Glad to be here, Zach. Welcome back. Had a few issues at the start, I remember, so good to be here and locked in time. And absolutely, I mean, you know, the squadron already taking flight and finding themselves the opener. And now let's see if Ring can respond, if at all, anywho. Swiftly looking on the sidewall here, in field, Shadow, a bit discombobulated right there, right? He's getting the better of him, but Fighter will be forced to get to this one here. Shadow being able to get that shot underneath them, but in the end, pushed away, and it's going to be a simple clearance away, but Squadron, they're still in the attack here. Right? He's looking for a shot. Celt could have a chance here, and regardless of being late, and just kind of delaying the show just a little bit. Regardless, he's making the plays happen, and Mois is there to assist them. 2-0 to the Squadron.
Oh, with the power of friendship, look at this grouping up there. Mois just trying to steal it from Celt. I want a goal too. But you can see that they're putting the pressure already. R6 fighters still trying to get themselves back into this game, but it's only 40 seconds gone so far. So still early days. The demo onto Mois, and just trying to put the pressure onto them. And Fluffy's going to put off the sidewall, pops in midfield. Fighters there waiting, but Celt with a beautiful block. And that's going to shut down that attack. Shadow's now got the ball, kind of holding it mid for the team whilst they get that rotation, get those boosts in. But the chance that they had, I thought they had a bit of disruption there that they could have taken advantage of, but they weren't able to.
Yeah, they're kind of trying to just find their way around the play, but unable to. Great pinch coming up from Fighter, but just not enough in the end, and they're getting just smothered in this offense coming through from the side of the squadron. Finally, they break through. They have a chance. Self needing to make that save, and right now the follow-up needs to be even better. Raifu's on the end of this one, trying to find the shot, not necessarily being able to collect himself, but there's a pinch attempt here, albeit not finding the result that was wanted. Raifu's now has the opportunity to do so. Disguise, Shadow, last man. The demo will help a lot in relieving the pressure and the stress right now, but they do need a goal. Demos will not bring you closer to a victory unless you can score. And at this stage, so far, the only scoring team is South Squadron, and there's the third as we say it.
Yeah, overextension. South have seized how far the team are. All three kind of committing to this play. Fighter just too far forward, and South manages to get the pot over them. And that is not what this team need right now. They were on the offensive. It feels like they were getting a bit aggressive, a bit desperate to get back into this game. But in the end, South Squadron pushing forward, extending this lead to 3 goals. And they're going to need to be working overtime if they want to get back into this game.
There might open up a chance for a fourth here. It doesn't feel like necessarily that Squadron is like too much of a better team. Oh my lord, what did I just witness? That one wouldn't have even gone to a corner. It would have went to the sideline. Well, that was a bit of a whiff there coming through from the side of the Squadron, but regardless, they do move on since they do still have a great lead. Good shot as well. The little bouncer there trying to sneak his way in, but still no clear-cut chance for the side of Ring.
Yeah, and the longer this goes on, right, the less the chance of them even coming back into this. Celt's team not just being menaces on offense, but also defense too, as he almost popped another one in. Celt with just shots, popping shots on net. It looks like Mois has found an opportunity to extend that lead even further. And is this going to be the storyline that we see for these two first series? I don't know. They're looking real strong out the gates.
Genuinely, I don't know if it's that much of a discrepancy in skill, but it seems like they're just more consistent. Maybe they got that training in a little bit more. You'd think that, you know, they might be on the back foot because, you know, South was just a little late, maybe even late to the scrim itself, or even didn't have the scrim, but at this stage, they're looking very comfortable, and the fifth is looming all around, and South will grab himself a hat-trick. 5-0 to Squadron, and this one is looking bleak for Ring.
Yeah, it's like an all but done and dusted. It doesn't seem like they're able to pick themselves up, this Fighters squad. Looking for signs of life really in this team. I mean, they still do have, it is a best of 2, like we said. It's a point system based on how that best of 2 goes with that goal split. And yeah, well, it's looking as one-sided as it gets for this first one. That's kind of why I alluded to the whole score ended up being, well, this is something we're going to see twice in a row. But Kiki, I'm excited to see what this team can do in the rest of the rounds that are coming up. To be honest, this is how they're performing.
I mean, genuinely, I do have a feeling that, is there a point to a second match if this keeps on? I just have a feeling that it's not completely lost. It feels like Ring, they're not getting outplayed, but they're kind of outplaying themselves. It feels like there's just no chemistry between the players. The passes, they're not really, you know, being very threatening towards the side of Squadron, and they're just easily cleared away, as right now Ring, he tries to back pass the Shadow, but it's so miscommunicated that it doesn't seem like it's linked up at all, but that's an overextension there, and apparently Squadron are prone to them as well, as Ring at least grab a consolation over here, I'd like to say.
Yeah, almost exactly how Celt scored on them in the third goal of the series. Just an overextension. He's not able to reposition fast enough. And it just basically slips in, no problem.
Oh, there's an infield pass, but it's just a bit too high. Regardless though, a 5-1 scoreline, it's a bit too much to catch up, especially considering there's only a minute left, so...
Trying to lock in the Brazil, maybe. It could be the goal.
I see that, and there's a chance right there. A shot, you know, almost summoned it into existence there, Zach. Be careful with those caster powers of yours.
Ooh, we're back into cursing. It's too early to get the curses in.
No, it's perfect time to get the curses out, though, so...
Oh, true.
Exactly.
True.
You know, you get the technical issues out the way, you get the caster curses out the way, and you're just set for the rest of the tournament. Hell, even the rest of the week, I'd say. So right now... chance as well.
Oh, we have a Rule 1!
Crossbar, but Rule 1 ensuing, and yeah, this is the pinnacle of Talk is Cheap right here. And right now, could be a chance for another consolation goal here. Not quite. Actually, one for the road. As the fighters do fall short by 4 goals, and in the end, I mean, Squadron, they were just able to dominate the entirety of the game. Almost a clip as well coming up from Moes, but Squadron take game number 1 in this short best-of-2 series.
Rifles and Shadow, the RLCS teammates, put up against each other, and look at that. Rifles coming out on top by quite a margin, although he didn't really score anything, did he? I mean, they didn't score. I mean, neither of them scored actually. So I mean, is that a 0-0 rivalry, or is that 5-1? Is that a 5-1 stump for Rifles? I don't know how you'd picture that, but
I
thank
think
you to
Rifles,
production pointing that out.
I think Rifles will just kind of, just still point that out. They're gonna be in the locker room, getting ready for the next RLCS, and he's just gonna be like, you remember that Talk is Cheap? Yeah. So I'm better. Basically, that's gonna be the way he's gonna put this one together. But I mean, if you don't score, but your team wins by 4 goals, and with that being scoring 5 at a start, it's amazing. Just like, you don't need to do anything. Just chill back, enjoy, and don't make mistakes. There you go. I mean, simple as that. No, not everyone has to be a playmaker or a goalie. Sometimes you just need that glue to keep it all together. Keep the rotations flowing, and in the end, be able to find yourself the final touches that are needed to kind of, break that backline without needing to have an assist or a goal, for that matter, as Rifles has showed that you can win 5-1 without even needing to score or assist.
Yeah, you just need Salt, don't you? That's all you need. But Salt Squadron just it's got the squadron leader ahead of everyone else, basically. But as we get into this second set, let's see if Fighters Ring can actually crawl back into this series after such a dominating loss. And that might be a kickoff goal to start it off. 2 kickoff goals in a row, starting both series out, Kiki. I don't know if we're going to have a reverse sweep here.
I like that you call the reverse sweep.
Yeah, the reverse sweep on the scoreline.
Yeah, because there isn't really a way to call it.
We're at Champions Field. What do you mean?
Exactly, the completion of the reverse sweep or the sweep, one or the other. There is no other actual answer. As a great shot is put on target, about even a better save coming out from the captain of the ring itself. And the Fighters Ring is holding strong as they currently finally are in the lead throughout the entirety of the series. And how funny it would be to beat demolished in the first game, yet win the second one, be awarded the same points. But regardless of that, remember that, we have a tiebreaker. And, this still is regular football. You get 3 points for a win, 1 for a draw, 0 for a loss. But in the end, the goal difference does matter. But Moes is trying to make that obsolete as he finds himself a goal and an equalizer for the side of the squad.
Yeah, equalising there. We had 2 goals about this point last time, but it was all on the side of Salt Squadron. But we're going to equalise now as they look to find their footing early on, and almost another kickoff goal there. But the demo shutting down the play. Squadron's trying to hover mid. Salt's going to pick it up, and it just goes in. The bump on the defense is going to disrupt them, and now they are in the lead. Still only a minute gone.
So a reverse sweep on the scoreline, at least, starting from 1-0 down, then to 2-1. A swift little BO2. The fun thing about this tournament is also we're gonna keep chat on anything that happens, rivalries that occur. You're gonna see them, you're gonna witness them live. There is no filter at all, except for shouldn't even be mentioned at this scenario right here. But regardless, the Fighters still have a chance in this one. They started off strong, but they kind of just fell off immediately. Hopefully they can come back into their flow. Otherwise, it could be a little bit too late. I think Swiftly kind of controlled that one just a little bit. I think he had a lot of room. I think he had a lot of space. And Fighter, he was looking for the demo, but yeah, I think Swiftly just took that one a bit too far and too slow.
Yeah, I mean, lots of space to work with. It seems like it's a lot less room to breathe in this side. Fighters Ring really coming alive. What chance on the midfield, but it's just like too awkward, sadly. I was just going to carry that one pretty calmly, but he fails his flip. I don't know if he's faking or what, but Salt picks it up anyway. That's going to be dribbled now into the midfield. Rifles as well waiting, but it's just carried away by Shadow. They have 3 minutes to make a goal happen to equalize. Plenty of time to get ahead, but right now, Squadron holding on to position quite nice. Front. Well,
they're finding their touches, and it's kind of what you're expecting to see after a game one like that. You're just kind of expecting them to dominate the midfield, especially, and just be able to control the area. But right now, they are having some problems with that backline defense, and there is none. There's a shot incoming from Shadow. Swiftly, he could be the one to get first to this one. Only a 50 to be had from it. Fighter needing to be able to continue here, but in the end, Lois will take this one under his belt here. Great chance, great shot, but no follow-up, and in the end, Swiftly will be the one with the clearance. Self now has a chance. That demo opening up probability, but in the end, Swiftly with the simple clear, being able to get back first. And Squadron still left in a danger zone here as they're getting peppered with these shots.
I mean, this is the sign of life we were looking for. Completely just flying as many shots towards the net as possible. Mike is going to pick that one up. Gets off the sidewall, gets a flip. Gets the pre-flip into the ball, but Salt once again with another save. He's done so many of those, shutting out all of these offensive plays, and they're just desperately trying to get one of these to go through. But it's just not looking as one-sided as this last one did, because goal differential does come into this in some cases. Yeah, never mind, I suppose.
I mean, well, there's the goal differential at least.
There you go.
Goodness is Zach, hold on. Might as well get you on the score sheet for top playmaker here, because I'm sure you're going to find yourself there amongst the top numbers with those caster curses. But regardless, we get back underway once more as the 3-1 scoreline does grant us a bit of a one-way series here so far, and minute 20 still left, obviously plenty of time, but just watching back on how actually Squadron has played and how are they still playing, it just seems unlikely here that Vitus Ring is going to be able to do anything here. So rightfully sees someone take some time away here. Into the corner we go, challenging the captain himself. A great 50 coming through, a pass, only one touch away. Lois could have had the chance, but regardless, in the end, fades out to nothing here.
Out to nothing. There's a midfield play trying to make happen. Salt shutting it down once again. With a one-man army on offense last game, but this time one-man army on defense. Still might get some goals in their middle too. They're trying to delay his flip into the ball, but this man's just trying to get away. Shadow's going to carry it into the midfield. Rifers challenging him as he push it way back into the fighter's ring side, and just demos coming through. All of them are off the field. It's just Fighter left to spawn back, but it could be another goal opportunity. It is. Sal's going to put it in once again. My goodness, there is so much pressure from the Salt Squadron, and it was looking lively for Fighter's Ring, but they've just not really been able to make those chances connect, much like Salt's team had.
I think this game was just a bit backwards. So in the first one, it was all 5 goals, then the 1 goal, and in this one, it's the 1 goal, and then all the 5 coming through from the other side immediately. So it's kind of crazy to think about if you're on the side of Fighter's Ring here, because there wasn't much fight, I will be honest. It felt like they just kind of laid over and let it happen in the end. But there you have it, Squadron being able to take their simple 2 wins and move on in a beautiful way to kind of, you know, secure themselves that simple first game here, Zach. So with that happening, since we're a little bit behind schedule, we'll just swiftly go through the analysis and then move on to the round. So Zach, please tell me, what did you think of the game here? Because it was
completely in Salt Squadron's hands. Was not even close, to be honest. Like I said, showed signs of life for Fighter's Ring, but really, it just seemed like more. I mean, I think you say it all the time, like clinicality, right? We talk about that all the time. Yeah. But whether your plays are clinical, whether they connect, whether they actually, you know, result in anything, and it's all good having pressure, but if you can't make those goals happen, then that is essentially what's going to happen. And it did, 2-0, in convincing fashion, might say.
Yeah, absolutely. So we will go over round 1 here. As we do get the final matches that are finished, and obviously because we were delayed, we have those final matches, and my lord, look at that, a bit of 2-0, 2-0, 2-0 scenario here. So we are kind of finding ourselves in that scenario of let's get the one-way matches out the way, and Troops taking out the Muchachos 2-0. Maki not having a great time there. Squadron, obviously, we've seen that match just happen here. 2-0, simple as. And the Dogs losing out to the Fiends. So Flo finding himself kind of the flow, you know, and finding the 2-0 as Jury and Menaces are still awaiting for the finish. But regardless, the next matchup of round 2 is upon us. So this is everyone plays everyone format, so no need for Swiss seeding regardless. So into round 2, we have Muchachos up against the Squadron here on the mainstream. So it will be a chance for Maki to redeem himself and a chance for Squadron to kind of assert dominance here, if I'm being honest. Exactly.
Yeah, I am here. Sorry, I dropped something. Yes, excited for round 2. It's looking like it's gonna be really good. But Salt Squadron against Maki's Muchachos, I think they're teammates against each other. The Vision Gaming duo that played together for years, now captains of their own teams, and are going to be able to kind of put each other to the test, a little bit like how we had Rifles in Shadow last time with our RLCS team. Now we have Celt and Maki against one another. So, you know, talk is cheap. All the rivalries and stuff. It's always nice to come into these games and really look at like which players are going to be looking to beat the other. But VG teammates for years. These guys played together 4 years. They have the synergy with each other, but they also know how each other play. So I'm interested to see how that translates into the game, Kiki.
Yeah, genuinely, it seems like it's gonna be a funny one, because you know when you have Maki and Celt, you know you have the Vision Gaming team, and you're like, okay, let's make this a fun one, and it's gonna be a definite fun one. Let's say in terms of just you're gonna have Maki and Celt just talking about it as well beforehand in terms of some other, let's say, areas in terms of before tournaments, before league games and stuff like that. It's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a very solid one, and I have a feeling that it's gonna be a very, very poetic showing here, regardless of who wins in the end. But we do have the group table as well, so we will have a little bit of a look at that as the match has finished finally. And in the end, your top 4 will be Flo's Fiends, you have Juju's Jury, the Celt Squadron, and Trocca's Troops there leading the charge there. Simple wins, no draws, and the 4 losses going down alongside Dogs, Menaces, Ring, the Fighters Ring obviously, and the Muchachos. So we will have a bit of a delay here, so it will be a swift one, so we will see what we can do and fix on that one. But regardless, talk me through this one, Zach. What do you think in terms of just, you know, the matchup here that we're gonna get? We saw what Celt Squadron did. Maki's Muchachos kind of had a rough falling, and it might be an interesting one here.
Yeah, like I said, these guys know each other in and out, so I feel like they're gonna know what each other are trying to accomplish. But yeah, I'm excited for it, and it's not gonna be me casting with you though. It's gonna be hard, so I'm gonna be taking like a quick break, I suppose. But yes.
Give us that analysis. Yeah, just give us that analysis. Who do you think is going to...
I mean, who's going to take it? I think Celt's team will take it.
Oh, yeah, good. Fair.
Yeah, I mean, that is who I think is going to be...
He's trying to win the whole thing. He's obviously trying to win the whole thing, as he says right there. And they feel like a scary team. I genuinely
Look at the difference in confidence, though. Like, Maki's statement, yes, I do miss my open nets. You know, it's a bit like a Kiki V2, right? But...
I don't miss him. I score him in my own net.
Oh, true.
Let's be for real, guys.
It's your own net that's open and you don't miss it. Yeah. No, but I think there's definitely the opportunity for Maki's Muchachos to do something, but given that the numbers, the MMR numbers, they definitely differ. We've seen those, of course. in the 2K range for Salt Squadron across the board, and then a little bit lower on the Nike side. So if we're going to go by numbers, then they definitely fall short. But without further ado, we should be getting into it. The second round starting us off. We had a chaotic first round, albeit a pretty one-sided first round. As we get into this second one as this tournament develops, we'll see how it goes.
Well, we will indeed see how it goes, and I'll let you take a break there, Zach. Great first cast, and joining alongside me here for game number, well, I guess series number 2, game number 1 is in fact Kiki once again here. So Kiki, I know we sort of did a whole 5 minutes of the pre-show, but now we get a bit of a cast going, and well, it looks like the players it might be taking them some time to join the field, but we're getting there. And yeah, there we go. We'll get this one underway. It's South Squadron versus Maki's Mushashos.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing to notice immediately is Olympics ping, and obviously it's the region. You know, you're kind of coming through from a different continent, and you're kind of needing to compensate that sort of reality there. But regardless, we still should be able to get a great match coming out from him, as he is very experienced in terms of just a quality player as well in the, as I say, regions right now. He's trying to get this one to the side here. Can't quite look to find the follow-up regardless, right? He's fighting the 50 and Maki ending up with the clearance, but it wasn't good enough. And look at this backline here. It's just struggling a little bit from the side of the Maki and Chargers.
Yeah, it does seem like it is, and obviously South Squadron, a very impressive win that they just were able to pick up on stream. Going to look to replicate it, and Rifers was certainly one of the players that helped lead them to that victory. Already charging down the midfield, and now look at the charge down on the net. It's going to be a pretty easy goal to secure. The Squadron, well, I mean, Squadron by name, Squadron by nature. They play as a team, and they, as a team, took that challenge, wiped out all 3 players of Mushashos, and got themselves the first goal.
Yeah, I mean, simple as, and in true Squadron fashion at this stage, it's looking like a bit of a one-way show throughout the tournament, and it's just a matter of question if it's going to stay that way. So, yes, there's only one way to find out. Olympic into the corner here, kind of giving away here instead of being able to capitalize, and look at that, simple start control coming up from the Squadron. They're not playing a bit too rash with it, they're not rushing the play, they're just letting the opponents come to them and being able to exploit them in terms of just making them overextend and winning those 50s. Look at that, once more, an open net found! The third man commitment from Olympic will cost them, and Squadron pick up a second.
I mean, it's not easy when you're playing on 250 ping, that's certainly for sure, but Squadron, regardless, I guess, just, they don't care. It's a non-factor for them. They will also just, you know, fight, score, and win, it seems, at the end of the day. But right now, a little bit of commotion in the corner. Narwhal will try and capitalise on some of that pressure while his teammates go into the bump, but no avail once again. Back up to midfield. Mois trying to get this one downfield, but it will go over to the sidewall where Celt awaits from the ceiling. Olympic is going to not quite make that touch. Just going to send Narwhal into a bit of a panic, but he is able to control it over to that sidewall. And I think, you know, one of the big things I'm looking at here, Kiki, is when do you remember back in that draft stream, you asked everybody to pick a team who they thought wouldn't really do so well here. Your choice and Nuke's choice as well was South Squadron, I believe.
I don't remember that. I think you're having a fuzzy memory here.
No, I don't think so. My choice was Maki's Mushashos, so we'll see how this one goes.
Easy opponent so far, that's all I'm saying. Totally just easy opponent. You'll see, fates will change, 100%. As right now, Mois has a great chance here to get the back line here. Give my own caster telling against me. You see how that happens here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
You know when you're gonna get that knife in the bag.
It's a war.
It is a war.
Talk is cheap, you know. But
Talk is cheap.
You could have put your opinions out there, and while you did put your opinions out there, you might not be standing on business. But Olympic is going to fire right back here for Muchachos, and maybe he's still got a little bit of a say left in this one. The fake into the shots, into the goal here for the Muchachos, and I mean, it's still very much a winnable one here.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, the last time we said that it was winnable against the Squadron in the previous series, it turned out to be a 5-1 series. So hopefully they don't get them the same fate.
What has just happened there?
It's looking like it's gonna happen. So Rifle's had a great 50 there. Mois, a beautiful show alongside the ball, and a beautiful throw. Sell there, placed that one perfectly, but regardless, the defense was just a bit too slow.
If it was intended, I don't know if it was intended as a fake or not, but it worked nonetheless. Anyway, Olympic has been the scorer here for Muchachos, now needs to do it again, but a little bit of commotion there in front of the goal. It will go back into the possession of the Squadron, and, well, there isn't a player here challenging a lot of the time here for the Muchachos, and it's costing them dearly on the other side. The connections being made, the passing plays are coming through from the Squadron, and it's allowing them ways into the back lines of the Muchachos that really shouldn't be open and available here, but a little bit of trick in that corner will leave the back lines a little bit empty, but they do recollect their thoughts, and challenges are going to come through. The ball will be popped into the sky here, but it feels like, you know, when we look at the overall context of this, Muchachos are fighting for positions on the field. They're not fighting for goals. They're not fighting for shots. They're fighting to stay, you know, in this half of the field and keep this attack going. And they don't really, a lot of the time, have the pressure to make that happen, because when you look at, you know, how good this defense has been from Squadron and how good their counter-attacks have been, you know, it's just been better.
I kind of see it, and look at that, the passes, they're finding their way to each other. They're not giving away simple possession. What a great serve coming up from Cell, the demo as well. Right throughs, all he needs to put in, and my God, what's happened there? I mean, I think Rashford would have a run for his money right there, but regardless, there's a double demo, there's a chance, there's a lifeline for the side of Mackey's Muchachos, and the captain himself finding the goal with the assistance of Narwhal with a double demo on the back line.
Yeah, it's a great play there from Mackie. Great assistance from Narwhal as well. Wouldn't have been possible without that double demo like you mentioned. But now we look towards the final 15 seconds to see if anything is going to be occurring, any funny business, or if this is just going to be a walk-away win here for Squadron here in game number 1. Save coming through. Olympic trying to get this one over to Narwhal. Maybe in 0 seconds something could be possible, but it's only going to stay as a maybe when you've got someone like Rifers on the ball. They can be grounded anytime as you need imagine. They don't really have a lot of space to work with, but hang on, Olympic got the ball on top of his car, looking at the back wall. Rifers misses that touch. It will be secured over to Olympic. It will bounce. Double commit, that's going to drop down though. Double commit spells some bad news here for the Muchachos, and as much as we believe for a second, it didn't stay for that much longer than that, Kiki. It will be 1-0 in the series to the Muchachos and Squadron. They're going to try and see if they can get a point out of this one.
Yeah, absolutely, and regardless of Olympic having that high ping, he was still able to perform with those 3 saves and the goal, so regardless, I think they still have a good lifeline here. I definitely think Squadron is kind of like a level above them in terms of just, you know, the quality of gameplay I'm seeing. It's just a lot more controlled, a lot more patient. They had 9 shots compared to the 2 of Muchachos. It's just the 2 of Muchachos were a bit more clinical than the ones of Squadron, but regardless, in the end, Squadron were able to put past 3, and in the end, to close that one out. But I think Muchachos have a chance at a draw. They just need to kind of slow it down, kind of relax. It feels like they are a little overzealous to get it going, and in the end, they are just trying to force too many plays that are not meant to happen because, you know, it seems like Squadron is just holding them at arm's length, and Muchachos can't seem to be able to do anything about it.
Yeah, it does sort of seem that way a little bit, but as we move into game number 2, we'll see if the wrongs can be righted and if we are going to have ourselves a little bit more of an even game number 2. I mean, you know, it was dragged back towards the final 15 seconds or so in that last match for the Muchachos, but, you know, they left it a little bit too late there, Kiki, and You can't be, hoping and living on a prayer essentially to try and get back into, a game with only a couple of seconds to go. You want to be in control, right? And then control is not really a word that we've used for Mackey's muchachos here in this series at all yet, albeit it has only lasted one game. But into game number 2 we go, and we'll see if maybe something can be, be a little bit different. Can something change? And we'll see, right? That's just an answer that we're going to have to wait for.
Yeah, absolutely, and hopefully not for long, as Moas, he almost had a great chance there. Just missing out an open net slightly. Mackey being able to break away there. Great save coming up from Moas and being able to collect it as well. Good 50 on the follow-up. Narwhal with a shot once more, and this is a lot better coming up from the Chargers. They're mounting the pressure and they are taking their time. Good 50 coming through from South, and there's an overextension and there's an open net. Moas getting his goal robbed away by the captain himself. Selt hitting himself on the scoreline first.
Yeah, Celt's on the scoreboard. Like you say, a little bit of a robbery there, but I don't think they'll really mind either way. And it is just a continuation of what we already know, what we've already seen here in this series. As much as Narwhal will try and challenge, it will be over to Moas, who Paul Hills it on the back wall. And, well, Mackey going to try and control this one, but very difficult with limited boost. I think when we look at this team overall, right, people may not have rated them as good as some other teams, especially, the likes of yourself and Newt, in terms of this Celt Squadron roster. I think a lot of that could be down to the fact that, but looking at this team, Moas is a bit of an unknown quantity, right? A bit of a wild card in how this team can perform, and I guess what we're looking at is he's performing very, very well. So, the wild card is swinging in Celt Squadron's favour, but only for a moment. Olympic has shot that one top corner, and it's tied up again.
Very true. I mean, we had these chances before. With Chargers, well, Squadron, they have faced the tied game before. What they do, they scored another 3. So, what I'm looking here is a bit of venom coming through from Squadron this time, and a bit of a bigger fight to put up, because so far I think the Chargers have kind of had the better of Squadron this game. It might not be that way in terms of, Squadron physically first and they kind of have that advantage, but it's just mistakes all around coming up from the Squadron, and the Chargers being able to turn around completely. They get themselves the second. What has happened here?
Yeah. So, I did a whole segment talking about how Moas has been, exceeding the expectations here already at the start of this tournament, and maybe I shouldn't have. But anyway, this is why talk is cheap, and this is why you got to prove it on the field, right?
I mean, actions speak louder than words, and right now, you are looking at plenty of action, as it's kind of the Chargers bringing the heat, not something you'd expect, but certainly something to be aware of. We picked them as the underdogs just because they came from an 0-2 game right now, but in this scenario right now, they do not look like the underdogs. They are looking to take this one by the reins as Narwhal delivers a beautiful double tap from the stab of Olympic.
Oh, that's just beautiful. That's just class. That is the third goal that Muchachos needed for a little bit more security here, and it will add to the tally for certain. But the newcomer to my insanity in the Ibex League, making himself known here in the Talkers Cheap Invitational. But is it going to be another one? No, not quite. Right, just going to clear that one away. Celt to send it downfield and look to try and see what Squadron can do, and they've been, faced with a difficult task, but still 2 minutes remaining here, Kiki, and still a lot of chances to be had here for Celt Squadron. Lovely fake there from the man himself, trying to dance his way around some of those defenders, but they're not going to have any of that. They're clearing that one away, right? And it's just a little bit of a slow, controlled sort of game here from the side of Mackey's Muchachos when they get put in that defense.
it feels like a completely different team from Game 1 right now. Game 1 was so disoriented, discombobulated, but this one, I don't know what clicked, but something definitely changes right now. Look at the amount of control and Brazilians they're showing on the backline. At first, it was just team bumps all around and struggling for breeze, but they are playing this one simple, playing into that corner, and just being able to capitalize on situations like that. Self not being able to break through, definitely not alone, because these muchachos, they're like, yeah, if you're not ready for it.
Oh, they certainly are. And now we look to see if they're going to close out game number 2 and, you know, bring home a little place for themselves. Narwhal up for it. Challenge met in the skies by a defender. But Olympic looking to set that one up for Mackie, who can't quite find the double tap. But Olympic, never mind, he's back in for more. What? A second help.
Okay.
From the SSA extravaganza man himself here.
He found that.
Yeah, I mean, you had a look. Everybody thought Mackie was going for the double tap. It ended up just being an all-class, all-timer fake.
So his ping is so high that instead of like being delayed and going backwards, he went into the future and he was able to predict the entirety of the play simply as. Everything happened very simply on his screen, but on ours, it's just a pure moment of brilliance there. And yeah, definitely tables have turned. The goal difference, even throughout games 1 and 2, is on the side of Mackie's muchachos. Didn't think I would be saying that, especially considering that, well, the squadron have kind of a record, let's say, so far for scoring these 10-goal series and stuff like that, but a very interesting affair that's just occurred here.
That's something we mentioned, I believe, in the last series, is that goal difference is what is going to be the tiebreaker, for any ties that may occur here. So you want to be scoring as many goals as possible, and while a lot of goals were scored by the squadron in the last series, maybe not so much this time. On the other side of things, it's a great response from Mackie's muchachos, who are going to take game number 2 here and tie that series up 1-1. Everybody takes home a point, and I think that's the fairest way to go about it, right?
Yeah, I mean, genuinely, I think they can be happy with that, muchachos. Considering they started 0-2, I'm 1-1. Yeah, sure, you wanted the 2-0 to get back right into it, but beating out a team that started 2-0 shows a lot of promise for the rest of this. So they're definitely still in this. Remember, there's still 5 rounds left to go. And speaking of rounds, let's go over round 2 matches and see what everyone else had in store for us, because I mean, it sure was spectacle here on the mainstream. And please be sure to check out our co-streams as well in different languages. For the French stream, you have riskgg_ on Twitch as well, alongside the German stream, nap_on_money. So please be sure to check them out, and in the end you can use !streams in the chat, and the chat bot will provide you with those links. But over to the round 2 here we go. Troca's troops kind of sloppy there, I'd say, considering that Fighters Ring didn't put up much of a resistance against Cell's squadron. They ended up drawing out the series, and muchachos, we've witnessed them find themselves also another draw here against the squadron, and Flo's Fiends once more into a okay, never mind. Menaces this time finding themselves in a simple sweep here. So yeah, Milok's definitely the favorites here, because they just, I believe they're on the 4-0 sheet right now. We will have a look at the group table as soon as we get the chance. But Dogs, I mean, they just absolutely ran over Juju's Jury right there as well. And goal difference will definitely come to show in the meantime, because that is all being tracked here. And in the end, you have Troca's troops at first, because of the draw. I will be honest, I didn't expect a draw for them, and in the end, I mean, no one's dominating, which is exciting here, Hodge.
It is. It's good to see, right? We're getting a little bit of a balanced affair across the board, and you can have your opinions about who should be the best team, who is looking like the best team. It all goes out the window if we're honest here, Kiki. On the pitch and on paper are 2 very different things, and these teams are really sort of making that known. Nobody has come away after their first 2 games and walked away with both series as a victory. We've not had anybody, you know, perfect sweeping their way through the bracket yet. Everybody's dropping games. That's what we like to see. That's also, you know, a benefit that you get from a draft is you often do get those closer games, closer series. But nice to see that's actually what we're getting, and it's not, you know, one team who's got a couple of really, you know, cheap picks and is just able to run away with the situation. So yeah, really great to see across the board, and I can't wait to see what we've got coming up in the next match.
Well, it will be Menaces up against the Dogs on this stream, but regardless, on the other ones, the one exciting that you should look out for is definitely Troca Strips up against the Squadron to see how that one will fare out, as well as Flo's Fiends taking on Juju's Jury there. Ring Fighters will take on the Muchachos of Maki, and in the end, everyone has something to play for here. All of the teams have got a point at least, which is nice to see, and you're able to kind of pull your way back in, so nothing is over, nothing is done and dusted, and you still have a great chance to at least make those sorts of plays. But regardless, let's have a look at the matchup here between those Menaces. I mean, it looks scary when you're looking at the matchup. You know, you got Melux's Menaces, and they are definitely kind of the favorites. They did drop the game prior, so it is something to look out for. But in the end, you do have the Dogs that are kind of hungry here, and Vixa definitely being kind of a little dark horse here, I'd like to say here.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think certainly it could be the case here, and I think you've got to look right at this Melox roster and think that they probably should be the favourites on the field here, but we'll see if anything can maybe set the balance differently here, or maybe we'll get a perfectly balanced, you know, 1-1. We've seen that a couple of times so far. Will it be a 2-0? Will it be a 0-2? Will it be a 1-1? Loads of questions here, Kiki, and I want to see who makes the difference and who sort of, I guess, sets these two teams apart.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, talk is cheap. We are ready to get ourselves underway. It will be a big one. It's time to decide who takes the top side of the table and who gets down to the bottom. The Menaces taking on Vixa's Dogs. Finding out here and now in round 3 of Talk is Cheap. We go underway.
All right then. Well, Zach is muted in Video Ninja. So
No, I was talking. Oh, the producer's like, Zach, what are you doing? Where are you? Oh, here I am.
I can
No,
see his mouth moving, and
I was, yeah.
oh my.
You'll have another
God.
chance. You'll have
Give me
another
that
chance.
one. It's okay. We'll get a hype
Oh
chamber
my
correct
God.
1 point.
Okay, well, okay. We're going to get things up and running here. The players have had a little bit of a interesting start to this. If you can have a look at the text chat at the top left there.
Yes.
But they've, you know, I guess solved their differences, and they are here to play on the field. So let's get this one underway, and let's see who's going to take this one.
Yeah, we have a pretty strong. I know we've got a sub on the side of Melox's team, but already that's the sub himself actually scoring the first goal of the series. But we've got Turbid Engine. You know, this synergy, the team synergy coming through. So I'm wondering if that's going to maybe translate into some goals later on. But we do definitely got a lot of talent on the side of Melox's team. So it's going to be shaping up. Both teams succeeding in like their own ways. So going to see how that translates to the door. Nice early lead, 30 seconds into this one. Already we've got demos flying back and forth. We've got the ball just kind of balancing between the both sides, and no one's really letting up now after this first early goal.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this match evolves between both of these teams. For everybody watching who maybe sees Diddy Kami on the screen here, that is Mystica. So keep an eye out for him there. Certainly one of the players that everybody expects to have a great performance across this tournament, but see if that's going to transfer onto the field as well. Njib over to that sidewall, Turb to interject. And Menaces, they're looking like they're going to try and keep this pressure up, but it will be back over to the other side. And we're just, you know, going back and forth across the pitch, back and forth for both of these teams here to see who can really get their hand on the early game. You know, we got the first goal from Menaces, but it's only one goal, right? Anything can happen.
It's weird. We've got kind of a back and forth in terms of beating each other to the play, to the ball. Like 1 second you've got someone ready to carry that out, and then there's a challenge met, and then wherever that ball leads, it's way back in the other side. So a bit of a slow pace of the game after such an early goal that we had started off with. So it's going to be about, I guess, who makes that first mistake, who submits that first opening for the opponents to take advantage of. Right now, the defense is looking strong on both sides. But a lot of putting pressure on each other, so to speak, like just in the micro itself. But coming with a beautiful save, and this is shaping up to be as competitive as we were kind of expecting it to be.
Well, first goal secured. Can they add to it? That's what they're going to try and do with the ball on the back wall there, but we missed to throw it to the side. Serb intercepting, Engib flies through the skies, but doesn't get the beat onto the Menace's player. Kiva in field, over to Mystica. Backboard, trying to set the double up, but the connection's not there from Engib either. It's going to get interesting as Mystica's diving right back in, throwing on the backboard. Serb is up for it and puts that to a stop, but it's back in field, and these infield passes certainly are going to pay dividends at some point for the Menaces, because the ball has hit that crossbar more times than players have, not read the rules in this tournament, and that's quite a lot. So, but we're really pushing the boundaries here.
Absolutely, and that's Minox trying to push it to the backboard. Defended away once again by Dix off that backboard. Turf now with a pot shot. Looks like it could be potentially a goal. It is going to be a goal. And that's an overextension on the side of Minox's team. Dix's Dog's going to equalise. Turf with a beautiful counter-attack. And a massive boom. No boost on the side of Minox's team to get back in time for that rotation. And we're equal on the board with just under 2 minutes left to go. Beautiful gameplay coming out here from these two teams. And who's going to be taking that decider?
Well, that's what we've got to find out, and that's what these teams are going to fight for. 1 minute 30 still remaining. Mystica trying to slot that one on net, but Dix is there for it and will allow Engib to collect that ball. Serb pushing it over to that midfield. Will be collected though, dropped instantly. As both of these teams, a lot of this game has just been scrapping for possession in that midfield. It will continue to be that way, but right now it's just about getting the possession game, I guess, locked up for your team. And if you are the side of the Dogs here, just playing off of some of these counter-attack sticks, the back wall looking for the double tap, saved away from Mystica. He's not going to let that one happen. And, 50 seconds remaining, anything can happen, but what a way to shut the attack down from your opponent.
Oh my god, that was a beautiful shot and a beautiful save. One after the other. I do not know which way this is going to go. Genuinely, it's really about who makes it. That looked like it was rolling in. It was saved away. And Dick was kind of floating with no boost, and misses the ball. It's going to give them space and chance for the counter-attack. The pass it to Dene, and he takes it onto Mystica, scoring that one. And that's going to be the break point. That's going to be potentially the difference maker right now. Still not over, but that's going to really help Milox's team.
Yeah. Well, 25 seconds remaining of game number one. And that ball in their defensive half is certainly not going to help unless Dixer can find some sort of control here. He's missed the ball though, and so is the first man from Menaces. So this is where things could start to get a little bit interesting as both teams sort of go into the final 10 seconds here, and the bumps are coming through. Everybody's getting bumped. Nobody can play the game, and we will go into the final couple of seconds with the ball up in the sky, but it looks like this one could just drop, hit the ground, and we could see Menaces taking game number one. We will indeed. So Dix's Dogs have got some work to do to try and fight back.
Yes, absolutely. Close scoreline. Nonetheless, I don't think it was. I don't think it's given me a convincing story for the second game. I don't know about you, Hodge, but for me, that just seems like it could have gone either way at any point, and just some really crucial plays. Honestly, it's been beautiful to watch. And these are the games that we like to see in such a tournament like this, where it's all about getting the better of your opponent. Talk is cheap, the trash talk, but
There's something funny about Kiva being top of the scoreboard at 500 points. After in the pre-game, Dix's dogs complained that they were playing with Kiva, who is their substitute. You know, who have been registered and confirmed as a substitute by the admins over their actual third player who can't make it today. So, do players need to read the rules? Yes. But, you know, that's where we can have
Do they
a bit
read the
of fun.
rules is a different question.
No. Do the casters read the information that's given to them by production? No. But
across the board, it's a no, I think.
yeah, Cassalien tries his best, and nobody quite lives up to the effort he puts in.
But we've got Rocket League in front of us, so you know it's a
do.
success. You know it's
We
a
do.
success.
That's
when
all
we've
we
got a
care
stream
about.
going, we've got the Rocket League going. It's okay. But second
That's a joke.
series, Champions Field, as we go into this second game, and already we've got a kickoff from Dixer, setting us off straight away. Hodge, explosive as the first one, a goal immediately, pretty much.
Yeah, it's a great start here for Dix's dogs, and Talisman himself leads the way. What would you call that? Would you call him the dog walker, the dog owner? What, is that like
The Houndmaster. There we go.
Houndmaster? I like that one. Dixer, that's Houndmaster.
Maybe it's about Melox's team putting the team on the leash. I don't know, like something like that, right? There's so many ways you could spin it, right?
That's the best thing about these teams. There's themes, there's like things we can talk about for each one of them, right? But yeah, first goal secured here for the Houndmaster and co. We'll see if Melox's menaces can fight back in.
The Dog Whisperer.
The Dog Whisperer. Ooh.
Caesar Milan, me too. You ever seen that show? Oh, it's so historical. You haven't? Oh, you need to. You need to.
Cassalien says that Dixer is in his DMs crashing out in between games. So I think the advice I would give there is focus on the game, and that's probably it.
Oh, I'm really angry at you for me not reading the rules or reading what was said prior to the game.
You can't change what's already happened, but you can change what, you can change the future, and that's what they're doing here in game number 2, right? The first goal's been claimed by Dix's dogs, but it's only the first goal. They've still got to try and avoid any pushback from the menaces. And, you know, considering all the crying that's been done about subs and roster changes, they've played it pretty level. It's been pretty fair across the board. But, you know,
Dix's not going to be happy.
That also once again, as we have a tight situation once again, and the most hated player in all of the Swiss Rocket League once again seems to be stepping up to that mantle and putting a goal in the back of Dix's dog's net, but fire right back, and well, Enship will answer that on the other side.
It's absolutely, it is funny. I feel like we've just got a laugh when it keeps. He wasn't able to save that one, so maybe that's a bit of compensation for Dix's current mood. I don't know, but 2-1 up as we go into this one, and it's Dix's dogs challenging Melox on the return one. Oh, go for it.
Fun fact, I can't believe this is actually being done, and this has been a vote that's happened, but apparently the players voted for who was the most tiltable of all the players. Number 1 was Kiva, and number 2 was Dixon.
I think it's poetic that these two are kind of going at it there, even though I don't think Kiva knows what's going on, but most certainly, yeah, I don't know.
Cares, to be honest.
It probably doesn't. And that kind of feeds into the range, I suppose.
That's what the tournament's about.
Calm down, little bro. Like that kind of deal, you know? But that's a way to get into your opponent's head. And certainly, even if that's the case, you're 3-1 up, so you've got something back.
The back of the net.
Exactly.
Ooh, what a shot that is as well.
That's a lot of power on that shot. Beautiful. Nothing that defense could do right there. As we take a 2-goal lead, but we've hit the halfway mark. So 4 goals in the first half, quite easily redeemable. If you just go by the current pace of the game. Melox coming off the backboard. Keeper's there, ready, waiting, but defense coming together trying to shut them down, and the counter attack is on Dixon. Now going to go for the musty, and he doesn't get it because Milux is there to save his team.
Well, the Mayan Sanity duo of the Menaces have been, I guess, working hard here this game, but to no avail as the punchback has come through from the Dogs. And quite literally, they are barking both on the field and off the field.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Someone let them out. Oh my God! Oh no! Oh please! Oh, it's actually it's actually Dixon that scored.
Oh no! What? We even have an interjection from Kiki as well.
We even had
we even have like a voice in the back of everyone's head.
To be fair, I would want a word in on that situation. That is outrageous. But Dixon just being nice. He's saying, "Okay, guys, I'm really sorry for crashing out. Let me give you a goal." As he puts the one in his own net. It's funny that Kiki actually interjected, as the own goaler himself. But,
yeah, he would know a lot about that. So got to give it to him.
It's all the beautiful save, by the way. That was beautiful.
It was, and so was that own goal. The own goal go. It was a pretty nice one. But into the final minute, we are going to go. Very much a good chance here for the Menacers to come back into the game. But we head into that final minute officially now. We'll see how Dogs are going to cope with this one. Are they going to be able to secure this game and wrap things up as a 1-1 tie? Or will we be, getting into more of a sense of an OT potentially? I don't think we've seen one of those yet. Correct me if I'm wrong. But apparently, no, we'll be taking the aggressive approach. We're mad. Okay, we're a little bit aggressive here, both on the field and off the field, and we're going to take it out on our opponents here as the demos come through.
Yeah, whenever the demos pick up, you know that the mood's changed, because I feel like it's such a... It's definitely something you do in this game, but also it's something that you probably do more often if you are annoyed. But look at that turd. Kind of denying any chance of overtime there with that fourth goal. How did this come about? Oh, just a beautiful angle. Mystic is there, but no boost to do anything or get any space towards it. But that might be the nail in the coffin at least.
Don't say that. Because anything can happen in this game. Never mind. Because
Mulux's team are dead.
Never mind, it's turned from a Rocket League football match into a battle royale here on Champions Field, and the victory royale here. Well, it will be going to nobody because it's best of two. But I guess the recency bias favours Dogs here at the end of game number 2, and we'll walk away with a draw in the series. So, you love to see it, right? We're going to share out these points and keep the tournament close as everybody fights for, those top of the table positions here, Zach. But, I mean, just what a game that was, right? Well, what a game that was overall. I think what am I saying? I've just stuttered on my words 3 times. I think we better just have a look at the round 3 results, and I'm looking at Kiki off the camera as well. My God, we better have a look at the round 3 results and see how all these other matches have played out. Right, we've got a 1-1, a 1-1. Right now, we're still waiting on 2 matches to finish, but it's 1-1. It's ties across the board currently.
Oh, we have the 3rd match results in, but yeah, a bit more of an equal one. It's interesting to see how equal we've gotten as the rounds have progressed, because we started out so one-sided, right? And then now we're 1-1 across the board. The teams that kind of more of a match for each other, kind of meeting each other now, and this is the chance to get those points that maybe they've lost in those earlier rounds, right, Hodge?
Yeah, no, definitely. But we're getting more and more of these scores coming in, and Ring versus Muchacho is still a match that's going on. But yeah, I mean, it's good to see some of these matchups that have been playing out. And you know what? I can't really bother to. Can we be bothered to wait for that final matchup, or should we just keep it going? Oh, okay. Well, apparently there's drama in the Discord. No surprise there. So while that happens, we will wait for the final matchup to come through. But
what we can look forward to is round 4 though, because I mean I know we're like waiting.
I want to read this drama. 1 second.
but it's gonna be Flo's Fiends versus Trucker's Troops. So I mean, these are two of the stronger teams. I mean, Flo being a really, really strong player, he's got the Simuumi teammates, and then Trucker's Troops just being, in terms of MMR and Trucker being one of the stronger players in the Swiss scene and in the tournament. That's really going to be an exciting one to watch. So I'm looking forward to that. And
Yeah.
we're looking for the drama that's still going on, but it is literally as simple as it's been read. The substitute's been registered, so that's it, right? This is end of story.
Yeah. Well. Anyway, it's looking at this table. The top three are certainly making themselves known here, across the board. But we're still having a little bit of a fight towards the bottom of that table to see who wins the Muchachos versus the Ring game. And I mean, is this Zach where we're starting to have an idea of where everyone's placing themselves in terms of power rankings?
Yeah, for sure. Like as the rounds progress, the teams kind of just shape themselves. In terms of what we are looking at, like look at that goal difference from the top two Truckers Troops or Squadron, 7 game difference, 5 points each. It's interesting because 2 of the teams are really suffering, and then you have this really close like top 6 in terms of points, right? It's yeah, I like it, but I think, is this really like diverting from your expectations for this? Because yeah, I think we were kind of I think it's undeniable who the strong players are and who the better teams were going to be.
To some extent, I think a lot of people would have power ranked Menaces to be doing a bit better right now. I think a lot of people would have power ranked Squadron to not be doing as well right now. There's sort of blips in the system, I guess, but at the end of the day, it's never going to be perfect to how people predict. So,
we do have that last matchup. We want to go back to the matchups. We can actually show you.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
The Fighters Ring took it.
Oh no, they've ruined it. They've ruined the perfect draws. That's difficult. Who do we get mad at for that? Do we get mad at Ring or do we get mad at the Muchachos? Anyway, I believe we have everything in terms of that covered. Let's have another look at our group table quickly once again, just to see where that final matchup score report brings the table to. Before we get into the action, but having a look at this, it does seem that Muchachos stay bottom, Ring they move up a little bit, but my pick for Muchachos finishing last is not looking too bad right now. As much as I did get a little bit of a clap.
Why are you supporting them in their one of their games earlier? Like when you rooting for them?
I also said on the draft, I don't root for anyone. I'm an unbiased caster, but I did say on the draft stream that I thought Muchachos would finish last, and currently that's where they reside. So but yeah, we've got to talk about another matchup as well, right? Because we've got more matchups to go. Round number 4 moving forward in our matchups, it is going to be Truckers Troops taking on Flo's Fiends.
Truckers Troops versus Flo's Fiends. Like I said, Flo and Trucker both really strong players in general. Like they could be difference makers on their own. You never know. You've got the duo of Nukes and Aurora from Simuumi, a team that I've casted a lot, and I know the synergy between these two players. And Flo is just it's just the fact that these guys have played each other as well, so they all know each other. So it's almost kind of it's not direct synergy, but you can also get kind of indirect synergy from that too. And then just Trucker's team just being absolutely stacked.
I have to say, I'm absolutely loving the having a look in general in the Discord, the Olympic putting the crying emoji and then adding Dixit instantly. This is what this tournament's all about, right? Just keeping it respectful, but also just having a little bit of that banter between the teams. As much as I'm not really sure it is banter, but yeah, it's going to be a fun match, this one for sure here. And I believe we have everybody in the lobby ready to go. So there's nothing more to do than kick off this next match, round number 4, as we look towards the halfway point here of the group stage. It's been a great day so far, but that's only going to continue here as we get into round number 4. It's Truckers Troops versus Flow Fiends.
Indeed, and every boost pad matters, every challenge counts, and every touch can send the team climbing or crashing. The nerves are gone, the warm-ups are over, and what happens next is pure instinct, pure trust, pure Rocket League. 5 minutes on the clock and no room left for hesitation, because at this stage, reputation means nothing. Results mean everything. The engines are primed, the countdown's set. Let's dive back into the action, and Zach, take us away here, where we see our boy Nukes, who was on the draft stream as well, taking on this first challenge on stream.
Oh, I absolutely can't wait. I think there's going to be an absolute banger matchup. If it's not as close as the last one, it's going to be even more explosive, I'm sure, with just the level of players that we're looking at. Already a challenge coming in from Tabs into the side of the pitch. It's put back into the midfield. Tabs actually catches it back. It's kind of floating around. No early goals to speak of yet. Not puts one a little bit too wide. Oroli catches it. Oroli, the double tap king off the sidewall. You will see him you will see him going for those, by the way, this entire series, so I'll give you guys a heads up for that one. But nothing happening so far.
I mean, absolutely, we are looking for kind of, an explosive start to this matchup, because it's a very anticipated one. You have Flo, you have Troca, like some of the best players of the Swiss scene, and you're definitely looking to see how they will match up, but so far, it seems like Flo is kind of keeping his wits about him right now, playing very patient along his team, and I say that, Rolly just gives him a big old kiss there into the corner, but regardless, they still do manage to keep it risk-free, as Troca takes the skies here, and it's being dropped down by in the end. Tabs will be left with the collection notice, but Rolly hits the backwood. It could be an opener here. Nukes misses the chance, passes it to Flo instead, but in the end, it's just a bit of too much dilly-dallying. In the end, nothing comes of it.
I really would have scored that if it was off the backboard. Just saying. Just saying. On a pitch. Oh my god, that looks like it was on target. But Tabs just catches it. It was a bit too far forward than it appeared on my stream. But nevertheless, Nukes now trying to retain ball control. He's got no boost. It's going to be challenged away. And Aurora looking to catch it off the sidewall. This booms it into enemy team's possession. Flo's going to catch it actually. And we get a pass into the midfield, but no one's there.
I think they have the right plays, but I think they didn't have enough time to get the synergy flowing. Like, you definitely have a chance to warm up to each other and kind of get the basics down, but some plays like that require kind of full trust are still not certainly, pre-ordered in terms of being able to find yourself a fantastic pass or a fantastic receive in terms of positioning. And right now, this is nowhere near fantastic, as there's 3 whiffs and 2 bumps incoming around the ball, and no one has managed to get a touch onto it. But regardless, it's still a bit of back and forth. It looks simple. It looks like ping pong Rocket League, not quite the possession Rocket League we're used to.
Yeah, it's very back and forth. One thing I think that Flo really excels at is like aerial dominance too. I saw it during the Switzerland. We saw them play. We saw how capable he is, and he's been holding a lot of this like mid-game together for the team as well, giving Nukes and Aurora time to collect themselves, almost like being a bit of a supporting role for these two teammates. And just another chance being blocked away. Trocanar's got a chance. Midfield actually flips, and it looks like Habs scores that one away. I didn't quite see how that happened, I'll be honest with you. Let's take a look. There's an awkward touch from Troca, and it's off the Flo. Flo gets dunked.
It's the breakup. Nothing else. I mean, it's the car. It has to be the car. It's not Flo. He would never do such a clinical mistake like that. Ooh, a double never early trade. I'm not sure if there's bad blood here, but we're sure to find out eventually, as an infield pass might look to meet Nukes, then not quite in the end. Just misses out on the ball, and Rolly will be the one needing to pick this one up. But on the back line now, the Fiends, they are struggling just a little bit here, as they are looking like the, more discombobulated team, I'd say. I'd say Troca's troops are kind of a bit more well-rehearsed, if I'd like to put it in that way, in terms of just being able to come together. Oh my god, Nos, where have you pulled that one out?
I'm not too sure what the answer to that is, but Nos.
Wow.
Free flips into it, gets the angle. That is an absolutely insane shot. Wow. Didn't quite catch that, but yeah, I think that you are right. I think Troca's team definitely seems a bit more complete. Flo's team seems like 2 and 1 player. Do you know what I mean when I say that? And sometimes, you know, that works out. It's a little bit like when Nice... Oh, Aroli actually gets a little bit of a redirect from the left-hand side into the net. And the demos and the disruption. Luke's wins that 50, and that one's back in time. One lost is there, but he's not even able to get himself in front of it. It was too fast. And that's going to be 1 goal back for their trouble, and brings them back into the game.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be for real. Genuinely, there is a chance. Okay, never mind. Chance is gone. Yeah, no says no. Okay, well, he made the most of it. Okay.
He made
the most of it.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. Even though I didn't catch on straight away. Oh, it's never a Kiki, Zach Castle. That's some shit joke.
Nah, we're completely fine here. Don't you worry. It's an amazing one. It's the pun master Kiki. Nukes going for a shot. That's a bit wide. I think he was also voting to expand the goals here. I think he was just a bit too. You know, he thinks that Rocket League needs more goals, and that's why he wants to expand them. You know, just so you know, players can really show off their skill and their potential to place their shots and stuff like that. And there's an infield one, almost finding the angle. There still is a chance here for the Flow Fiends. And I will change their name to Flow Fiends because they have been having a flow, and so far, Crocker says
it didn't like a truck as he scores the 4th goal. And widens the gap even further, but you know, he claimed he had a chance. It's not looking likely, to be honest. 16 seconds left to go. I don't think they're going to be able to bring that back. And I just want this Flow Fiends team to come together a bit more. Seems like a little bit incomplete, you know what I mean?
I will like to say there is a bit of beef regardless. This match, this first game is over here, so Crook has win for one. But on the side though, there is a bit of beef stirring between Olympic and Dixa, and the first thing that Olympic said when he joined the match room against Dixa, oh, don't mind this behind me, I'm just in Cassalien's cave, is because I spoke out of order in the previous series that he decided to just put me in the dungeon and lock me up, so I'm here now casting from this area, so it's a bit unfortunate there. But on another note, who Olympic will look to put in a dungeon is Dixa, because the first thing he said when he joined the actual lobby is, I am here to fight, one man only, do not stand in my way. So it will be a statement to see how that matchup goes. I'm very excited about that result, and as to see what that will occur. But more in the matter of Trocker's troops absolutely dusting the Fiends, what are your thoughts on that one?
I mean, they were just a better team for me. In everything that they executed, Flow's Fiends attacks just too weak or too awkward. There was no powerful shots. There was no real, like, just didn't seem like the plays were there. To be honest, they were getting towards the net. That's about as far as it got. To be honest, something that Hodge alluded to last round, or round before, about fighting for your place on the field. It was almost like that, you know, if I was to compare it to anything. But yeah, if I'm going off what I've just seen, I don't think this is going to be a tight series. I'll be honest.
I can see that happening. I have a feeling though still that like. I don't think the Fiends had an awful time. I think it was just the main gap of, like, you know, coming to close to the end of a game. Let's throw the kitchen sink and everything and see what happens. And in the end, they just ended up getting scored on those kind of overextensions. So I still think they have a chance, regardless of the scoreline in the first game. I think the scoreline doesn't do it justice as close as it should have been. So let's see what happens in this one as Aroli gets a start off for the side of Fiends here. He's trying to get that one away, but in the end, the pressure from those is quite plentiful there, and he's able to collect what is due, and in the end, it's a good possession for his team, and that's the way that I like Rocket League being played. Kind of finding these, you know, slow touches and being able to just wait it out in the end and not giving away the possession. As I say that, we have given away possession from the side of troops, but regardless, point stands.
Just looking in the background, looks like the matches are moving quite fast. You know, it's always nice when you're behind schedule for the players to be moving fast and getting yourselves back on schedule. So everything seems to be getting back on its feet for the stream, but nothing really coming from this match yet, as we are still goalless 1 minute into this. Turkish troops putting the pressure on. We get a clear and some time bought for Flow Schemes. Flow's going to wait there, catch it, but he gets an awkward 50 there. Aroli passes it over to Nukes, back to Aroli. Never mind, Trocker gets in the way.
He has a chance here, but not used, but what do you think the chances are that this one kind of goes to overtime with 0 goals each side?
I don't think so. I think the pressure from Turkish troops is building. I think that they will eventually get a goal at some point. That's a good challenge, actually, to shut down the play.
It's scary.
Well, it just seems 70-30 right now. That's Boom. That's soft target caught by Aroli. The rotations are just coming in faster for Turkish troops, and it's kind of like we're searching for breathing room on Flow Schemes.
I do have a feeling that Turkish troops might get a bit overzealous in terms of just, you know, they have great opportunities, yes, but some opportunities might look too good for them, and in the end, they'll end up making a mistake and overextending at some point. As you've seen that clear, it could have been very costly for them if they weren't careful enough, but right now, a breakaway is finding the chances and flow from the heavens! And this is why they are fiends, this is why they find the option, and this is where the team play comes in handy.
Wow, that's the breakout right there. Not Flow. I'm joking. That's what
Oh
we
yeah.
said last
Oh yeah.
time.
Oh yeah. That's what. We have to keep the memo. That's the breakout, guys. If you're watching this tournament, if you're watching this right now, please get yourself a breakout. Amazing. You're gonna do amazing in 50s as well. Keep at it.
It's a sharp blade to cut through your enemies, as Flow's just proven with 1 goal. And you know, I was talking about the pressure from Turkish troops. It's like I've cursed
Wait,
them.
hold that one. That was
Okay. That wasn't happening. Oh, nasty to Trocker. So we touch and he follows it through and they equalize.
And there you go. The Casticus was delayed a little bit. You know, there was a ping, so it's fine. Flo will forgive you for that one. If
I'm not sorry. I was just kidding.
If Flo loses this game after scoring a goal like that, there's going to be a crash out. There has to be a crash out somewhere. I don't know where. We're going to get to it as soon as possible, but I genuinely think it's going to be a criminal level of a crash out. As right now, onto the side wall here, Luke's is able to look to collect here alongside Flo. Aroli gets bumped by Indian. Trocker takes his place and ends up making the save. So, regardless, it seems like it was the same deal all over again.
Once again, rinse and repeat. It's been the story of the second set. Never mind, as Nukes finds the connection in the top left. Beautiful catch in the midfield, and Flo just setting him up beautifully as well off the ceiling. And ceiling patches is just out of this world. That was beautiful setup.
The shot as well, like he nuked the opposition right there, finding the top corner. I've never used that pun in my life, I promise, ladies and gentlemen. It's a very fresh one, and definitely
you can tell just by the way you deliver it. Like, it's just the tone of your voice. You're like, I can't believe I finally get to do this.
you know, I was excited for this one. I had this one ready ever since the draft. You know, I was just looking that one up, and Trocker, he has too much time.
Oh my
what
God!
a save! Coming out from the save, Flo finding himself on a glorious podium right now as he is saving his team, completely keeping the lead.
Beautiful defense right there, and just I know that's the second time we've seen just a complete fiesta right there, but holding on and keeping hold of that lead to equalize this around. It's beautiful to see, and it looks like they got a bit of momentum from that play, and Nos is gonna deny it. Aroli's kind of lurking there, not really able to do anything. Flo's there to catch it, but the fifth goes in favor of Turkish troops. He's up for it, but he misses, and that's gonna be Flo with a chance to score. Tabs should get back in time. No, he doesn't. And they extend the lead even further, Kiki, to even potentially seal the deal.
Yeah, well, unfortunately for the side of troops, they got a bit overzealous. There's the overextension, and it was punished. Flo finding the bottom corner precisely so, and my God, has he been on a mission. 1 assist, 2 goals, 2 saves, and one of those saves being an absolute cinematic one as he found. We need a VAR check on that one, I think. I think we need to just confirm that one didn't go in, and might need to overrule it in the end. Just a matter of question. Great clear coming through as well, but not being able to find the punishment. It could be a bit dicey here for the side of the Fiends, but in the end, it's safety in the hands of Flo as he gets himself a Savior Medal as well. And with 10 seconds left to go, I believe this one is done and dusted.
It is just even delivering more saves, just keeping that goal differential as well. Everything matters in this table, getting into that top 3. So all the points you can grab for yourself are definitely going to be worth it in the long run as we reach the halfway point for this stream. Beautiful gameplay from both sides, and I'm happy that Flo's Fiends managed to find their feet and also get back into this, because it was definitely they definitely stepped up from that first series. The second series came around and they definitely seemed like they were making a lot more work than they were before. But that is absolutely beautiful. As we've got all of these games kind of progressing, let's take a look at the round 4 table. The round 4 conclusion, even with the score lines.
Yeah. Oh well, you kind of got Mackie having a very rough time. He showed up great during the stream as well, but like just right now it's a bit of a rough one as the dogs have taken them down. And Olympic, I'm sorry, man, you did not get your you did not get your MC story in the end. The aura loss is unimaginable. So. It's just a bit of an unfortunate one there. But on the other hand, you do have a fantastic run from the squadron continuing on and beating on Juju's Jury in the end. We are still waiting for the Fighters Ring and Menaces to conclude. Meanwhile, you have seen on stream that it was a draw in the end between the Troops and the Fiends. But in the meantime, let's take a look at the tables. And as you can see, the squadron, they are doing mighty fine here at first place here. 8 points secured, great goal difference as well, just in case. And I mean, the dogs, Bixa does have a solid run so far. I mean, 2-1-1, very solid, very clean. And those wins, they really do rack up. Like, it's not just the draws. Yeah, draws get you a point, but like, you need 3 of them to equal a win. So wins are really important in these games, I'd say, Zach.
Yeah, I think so. It is. The more dominant you are, the more you're rewarded, I feel, in this format, and that's like really showing in the scorelines that you alluded to. Even the goal difference that you can see, there's 2 teams there in the top 3 with an 8 goal differential. It's I am very, very impressed. And Mackie's team, they're just having a bad day. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
They could be the dark horse team that just. Yeah, because all these teams make playoffs, right?
So it's kind of rough to look at. Considering, I think they only got the draw on stream, I believe. If I'm correct. Am I correct? I believe I am correct that they have only gotten the draw on stream, actually, and that's the only one they had. But regardless, I think they are kind of out of contention almost. And yeah, halfway point just finished, and a reference is missing, but that's fine. Regardless, round 5 here, as we have it, it's gonna be an interesting one. The ones we will be watching is obviously Jury up against Fighters Ring here, and we will be having a very simple watch, but please do remember to watch out for our German and French friends over at riskgg_ and Knap on Money with underscores in between. So just in case you're looking for a nativized kind of watch in terms of German or French, but regardless, it is a very solid matchup right here. So Jury and Fighters Ring, they're both looking to join that top of the table, to join that top 4 and find themselves kind of on the breakthrough. Juju's Jury kind of throwing, I'd say, here in terms of that one, Zach, wouldn't you say? I think they're underperforming, in my opinion, just judging by the team they have. They just haven't been showing results yet.
Yeah, I think so. They did get their clean sweep in round 1, but it seems like they've been struggling in all of their kind of matchups that followed. And yeah, I don't know. I think definitely there are teams. If you're in the middle of the table, I suppose, and you're fluctuating a little bit, I can kind of understand it. But yeah, I feel like if it's a captain's tournament, because I feel like it's quite characteristic of captain's tournaments to have like weird results, so to speak, or not like unexpected results. So things you wouldn't really expect from the players actually do come out in team situations where those players maybe aren't used to playing together.
Yeah, I definitely will say, because the Swiss scenes, obviously, there's been a lot of changing themes. You know, you have Switzerland, you have the IGL, and currently the gaming circuit, and it just, plenty of these players have talked to each other, and also they have like played with each other in terms of just, you know, some have random chemistry that they've had in some sort of random draft format regardless, but so far this one is the best, obviously. You know, talk is cheap here, and if we take a look back at the leaderboards, we will take a look at the actual kind of standing within the two teams. So you have Juju's Jury and the Fighters Ring, so obviously they are both kind of in the middle there. You have the Jury kind of just, you know, trying to fight through in terms of having a rough scoreline. Fighters Ring actually securing a very solid standing and getting themselves that third spot right now.
They've just stolen that. They've stolen that from Trucker's troops.
Exactly, they have. They just robbed them of their reference. But regardless, the Jury will be going out here in full force, and if they get this win, they're gonna equalize Fighters Ring on points at least. So they're definitely looking to win this one, because they're still in it. 3 points is plenty, considering there's been 5 rounds for a potential of maximum of there's been 4 rounds. We're going back to cameras, ladies and gentlemen. so we're just gonna go back swiftly to the actual cams, but regardless, what we've been saying is it's gonna be a rough one, considering there's been already 4 rounds. You had like 12 points to get, and the top leader is only there with 8. So you're definitely looking at a kind of interesting, you know, scoreline, and kind of interesting wait time, because we're still waiting for the players. But that's definitely
that in a sense shows you how like better these 8 teams are in general. There's one team really suffering, but the rest of them are like in contention with each other, all of them, which is not exactly what we kind of. We definitely lined up teams in order for sure, but it seems like it's way closer than we would hope, which it always makes for a better tournament. Kiki, I'll be honest. Is there anyone that's been like your favorite to watch so far, like from the tournament, like so far in the first 4 rounds? Is there anyone that stood out to you as like
I will maybe I will have to give it to Olympics team, just because, you know, he brought all the hype about, you know, just like facing off Dixa, and he brought that kind of, you know, difference to what this should be actually, and it's kind of that funny beef where you're finding each other throughout the tournament and kind of, you know, making yourself look like the MC and gambling the aura that you're gonna either get or lose. That just completely depends. So he's
been talking trash. I mean, we saw it last game. You know?
Yeah. I mean,
calling out, who was it?
Dixa called out Kerr. Keel. I mean, with Keel. I'm not sure. Let me just have a.
What about Olympic? The Olympic.
Olympic
calling out Dixa, I think maybe.
Nah. It was Olympic was just vibing, I believe, and calling out Dixa. Yeah. He was he was doing a little bit of rage baiting. We love that. We love that from him. And he cooked. Let's be honest. He put up a good storyline, but in the end he just got swept away in that matchup. So a sad one for his end. But let me just get some info on the delay. So I'll just go hunt down these messages and see what's going on. But meanwhile, Zach, you will continue yapping in all your fabulous fashion.
Yeah, I guess I can talk about the future rounds that we have, because we haven't really like spoken about those matchups. But yeah, as they kind of continue onwards, those points will inevitably get closer if it continues at the current pace. Round 5, of course, we've got Juju's Jury versus Fighters Ring, and then it's Juju's Jury again against Maki's Muchachos. So yeah, that's round 6. Round 7, we've got Milox's Menaces versus Maki's Muchachos again. So those last 2 rounds, we've got Maki's team on stream. See if they can pull it back, actually get like a few rounds for their troubles. But yeah, the way that it's going, I don't really I can't really smell a clear winner, but those teams at the top have definitely been showing like really good results for me anyway. Hopefully we'll be underway soon. I think it was hold with a sheet. I'm just being told by production that we do need to take a short break whilst we just collect ourselves in the background. There's a few delays, and we'll be right back, I'm sure, in no time with some more gameplay. Don't go anywhere, guys.
And, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Guess what? We even took the countdown time a little bit lower. You know, it wasn't kind of 5 minutes. It was 3 in the end. We got everything sorted. There was just a bit of an issue with scoring and score reporting. But regardless, we are back on the way here once more, and let's head back to that beautiful versus graphic to see what we have lined up. And it's gonna be an interesting one. You have the jury, you have the fighters, and you're looking to see who comes out on top, because both of these players, I mean, both Juju and R6 Fighter, they are very, very high in terms of just peak MR, and they are looking fantastic for this one. So you're kind of looking at a very it's not star-studded, but you have star men on each team, I'd like to say here on this one, Zach. And so far, Juju's jury, they have kind of been struggling just a little bit in terms of, you know, the consistency, I'd say, back and forth here, Zach.
Yeah, they kind of fell off mid-round, right? Like the two rounds they were doing pretty good, and then they just kind of lost it. But I believe Fighters were coming off the back of a win, and Juju's just coming off the back of a loss. So, you know, one team's got pretty good momentum coming into this, even though they're equally rated. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And this is, like we said, just past the halfway point. So still waiting for that full picture to release. And still waiting for the final player to join, it looks like, as we wait for that one. But yeah, here is the table. We fixed it. It was showing a few funny little lines, but that is how it stands currently. And of course, 3 points being awarded for a win. So Juju's jury, like Kiki said, can take that third spot, as we've got a bit of a lock in the middle of the table, being within 3 points of each other. And it's just Maki's muchachos at the bottom, just kind of really with no hope whatsoever, or like struggling.
Yeah, I definitely will say there was a great chance for them to start this one. There still is a chance, genuinely. They're only 2 wins away, and considering there's 3 rounds left to go, the only thing they need to do is that no other team above them gets wins, and only they get wins. And that should be a good enough scenario for the actual a lock-in for the Muchachos, but their hopes are looking very bleak here. But regardless, on other streams you can obviously catch Menace's squadron, even the likes of Dix's dogs up against the troops, or even Fiends against Muchachos. Not even we know. And the only way you can find out is actually go check out riskgg_ for that French viewing experience, alongside knap_on_money for that beautiful German experience you want yourself to have. So genuinely, you can use the bot in chat as well, !streams, and you shall get your link that you are wanting. But back to the matchups we go, as it is going to be a very interesting one. Multiple teams fighting for those top 3 spots, and this is what we like about this all-inclusive Swiss stage. It's not based about skill rating or anything. Everyone gets to play everyone. You have so many chances to prove yourself, and only the best 3 go directly to playoffs. Meanwhile, the 4th place does go into that gauntlet that is the Gauntlet of Doom, I'd like to say. Regardless, all teams go into the Gauntlet of Doom, but only one of them is going to make it out. So, you know, and the 4th seed obviously getting that final and only needing to win 1 game will most likely have the most chance to do that one, Zach, here. But what are your predictions here for this one? You have Jury, you have the Fighters Ring, you know, 3 points difference, Jury kind of falling behind. So what are your thoughts on it?
I don't know if we've seen too much of their gameplay so far on the stream. I know we've seen Fighters Ring starting it out, but yeah, I think Fighters Ring are going to take this one, to be honest. It looks like we have the teams ready to go. Players are joining their lobbies. Here we go. It's going to be an opportunity for one team to steal the spot in the playoffs from the other, and I'm super excited to see what's going to be going on in this round 5.
Well, the jury is out here in today's group stage, but who will land the next punch in this series of games? It's time to find out. It's Juju Furies versus Fighters Ring, and well, we will be heading on into this game. I'm not really sure who's joining me at the cast, so somebody speak, and well, we'll find that out.
It's fine. We'll figure it out as we go, Hodge. And happy to have you back, man. There was plenty of a break right there, and not enough of a break apparently as Fighter finds himself a beautiful shot there from a dead angle. I mean, welcome. That's a welcome back from him as well.
Yeah, I have to say I'm loving the activeness of the quick chat already. We're 7 seconds in. Everyone's getting loud. This is what this tournament's about, right? Talk is cheap. You've got to prove it on the pitch, and well, we've not seen a lot of talking today.
Yeah, but please do talking. Yeah. Talk is cheap, but do it. Still do it.
Talk is cheap, but please do it because it makes it more entertaining for us to make fun of people when they don't live up to it. Anyway, 30 seconds in, Fighter trying to put a shot towards the goal there. Ring found themselves 1-0 up after the early game here, but they're going to look for more than that, right? The jury, I heard you mention before, Kiki, you don't think they've really lived up to your expectations? You want to maybe elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, I kind of had them in a bit of a higher end. The only issue I saw was genuinely just Juju picking together the rivalry. You know, you have Toy and Piv, kind of not liking Toy. So I don't know why I can say that. Genuinely, they are teammates, but it is funny that in terms of rivalries, he just picked them together, and even with that chemistry, they're not performing well.
To be fair, if I was Cassalien's teammates, I'd also, like, you know, at that point just not want to play with each other. So, but we find ourselves 1-0 up
Catching strays.
for Fighters Ring, and that's been a consistent since the first 7 seconds. Maybe make it 2, never mind. Juju with a save, back out into the midfield it will go, and Shadow is waiting for it. Fighter on the collection, but so far a pretty decent game played by both teams, although I think there's been opportunities which, you know, could have shifted this one way or the other a little bit more.
100%. Ooh, great save coming out from him. And right now, he's on a breakaway. Not quite, actually. Shadow just says no, goodbye to you, and he is forced to make yet another save, but I'm liking the activeness coming up from the Fighters. I don't think they showed as much as they should have against the Squadron, but right now they are showing a lot more and a bit extra as well if needed. Juju is the one trying to find himself a great foot reset there, but just can't get past anyone, and it's a really nice contrast here. You have Cell's squad at the top, and then you have Matthews at the bottom, and then you put those two on a team. I think that's amazing. I think that's Cell's becoming a Make-A-Wish Foundation, apparently.
That's one way of putting it. That's one way of putting it. But anyway, no, okay. Let's calm down a little bit. Never mind, hang on. First, it's just a brick wall and almost forces his opponent to own goal. It's madness. Okay, and Juju's going to be denied that one. I have to say, look at the Batmobile coming out. What are your thoughts on the Batmobile?
I love it. I mean, you're bringing back some memories, some great memories from OG Rocket League, and the only thing we're wanting really is to see a certain type of pinch, and maybe we get to see it eventually, but Juju will need to grace us with his talent to pull that one off, and maybe we get to call out the name of the fabled character who ran this back in the day with a number 97 on his back, but at this stage, I think it's certainly a kind of a heavy hitter if you know how to play it.
Kiki, I think you should look at Discord. Your soulmate is trying to give you ideas.
Oh, okay. I've just witnessed that. It took me a little bit of a second there.
We should give some context to stream because otherwise they probably think something. Probably a bit confused here.
Oh yeah, feel free to. I've done too much shopping because there's a goal happening right now, and Fighter is finding himself a brace.
Yeah, Juju's jury. Juju's in the Batmobile. The jury's looking for justice, but it's not finding it. It's not going to happen. Kiki.
Now you're alone in this one. No, I'm joking. I love that. It was an amazing iteration and an even better bomb coming through. And the verdict is guilty as charged. The beautiful play coming through from the man himself. Finding the bump as well. I mean, you can't miss that guy. It's as flat as a pancake. And look at us what says coming through.
Honestly, it's great that we have a little parrot in the back of our minds, just messaging us, you know, any ideas that they may have. I'm loving it. It's almost like we have a TriCast going on. note that down, somebody. That'd be a great idea. But anyway, 50 seconds remaining here, and the lead has been held by Fighter's Ring, but Jury, has Juju got any ideas left in his Jury to try and fight back in game number 1, or is the disappointment going to continue?
Hopefully that's all the ideas that we'll be getting for the rest of this series, because otherwise we might need to cut the stream short, because some of us might just die of crit. But regardless, I think it was a fantastic one. Great double tap coming through Fighter, no angle to work with, but regardless, he's trying to make it work. As right now, Juju is the one on the return. In the end, Toy will just be having a simple clear to his name, but 10 seconds on the clock. Anything is possible in the breakaway. The moments are now. Not if you leave the ball actually and give away this goal.
The moment's next game. Maybe. Essentially. It's not now though.
I mean, Shadow apologized for us.
That is true.
Yeah, I think it's...
We've got enough accountability. Rocket League players typically aren't very good at that.
You know what? They're good at giving compliments. They're actually great at giving compliments, I think. You know, they sometimes, drop you... No, trust me. They sometimes give you the one save. They sometimes tell you when you receive a goal, like, it was a close one. And I'm sure they mean it out of the goodness of their heart and...
oh, yeah, obviously.
And their soul to do so. So, yeah, first match, getting the way as expected in terms of on paper. Not in my terms. I was completely just misjudging this one. I thought Juju's jury would have something to say about this one, but in the end, apparently they got completely replaced, and the judge said no. The Fire's Ring wins this first game here, Hodge.
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat here. Cassalien saying Tofen.
I don't think he's allowed to influence. I think he's breaking rules here.
Not in the F1 car, it's a war crime. I mean, yeah, the question is, what F1 car would you choose?
To me, that's a question to me.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? In terms of speed or in terms of the actual Sunday matchup, we're all excited for. Well, the weekend that we're excited for.
I don't know. Give us your insight.
Do you know what? We're just gonna shoot a little. You know, I've always been a sneaky fan of an Audi. Just
Audi.
Oh yeah, 20. Yeah. Keep it intact. So I'm just gonna give that one. And for the weekend, definitely a Red Bull. It's gonna be an exciting one. It's gonna be a very close one, and the storyline's unveiling. And the 5-time might repeat itself in terms of Max Verstappen finding himself yet another, but regardless, we still did not have the Formula 1 cars on the field, so regardless, we're going to have to drop that topic, sadly, but I would have loved to keep going on here. But I need to ask for your opinion here. We're just going to ignore that, try and hopefully find a beautiful goal, but what's your opinion on the F1 car, should I say?
The F1 car? I mean, as a Mercedes fan, I'd say probably Mercedes, but I mean,
it would have been funny if you said something other than Mercedes.
we can't ignore we can't ignore the pace of that McLaren. So I'm truly try-harding.
It's just
gotta be a McLaren, and Norris will be world champion on Sunday.
Oh, that's a bold call right there. I love it. I love it.
Call. He's 12 points to the lead.
It's fine. He's gonna get fourth. The McLaren is gonna say switch with Norris. Don't you worry. We're gonna see that happen. Team Orders lose the championship. Yeah, definitely. I see that one happening. Toy with a beautiful shot off the post and in.
That was Team Orders right there. Go.
It was absolutely. Look at that. Beautiful team play. Actually, that was all three. Look at that. I mean, the pit stop there was a flash. Only a second.
It was. It really was. And we're back there again. Where is the kickoff essentially like the pit stop here? If so, we're back there again. It's a double stop strategy here, and maybe a triple. As Sweatley finds the ball in the back of the net. It's 2-1 for Ring, and they retake the lead.
I mean, the ref said it's a knockout right now, and let's see if they can get back up right now.
Who's the ref? Michael Massey.
Well, that just depends. If Ring wins this one, it's scripted, but we're gonna have to get some ball knowledge on that one, Hodge. So feel free to drop it on us right now. As they're looking for a third, not quite. That was harder to miss than score. Okay, there we go. He's back. Yeah, there we go. He's back with that one, Hodge. And yeah, I think the ref is starting to count that.
Maybe. Yeah, Sweatley putting another one into the back of that net and extending Ring's lead. They already
maybe their lifespan as well.
Game. Maybe.
They say the average age is 34, so it's certainly not a good one to say if you're here. You know what? Actually, no. We're all inclusive. Any age is allowed and welcome to play Rocket League. We don't promise a healthy community. What we can promise is some sick and fun series right now, and it's fun to watch. I can definitely say that. In terms of play, only if you own goal. Otherwise,
This
it's not
isn't
fun.
going in, is it? That's not good.
Yeah. He had 2 players in the midfield, by the way. He just didn't know what to do with it. I mean, respectably, he does have all the right to say, "Oh my God, this teammate."
Yeah, that looked like me in my rank games right there. The difference is, me in my rank games, it's not 1800 to 2100.
Well,
level.
neither are they, apparently. I mean,
That is true. That's very true.
talk is cheap. They are talking that their peak is what it is. But is it really? We're never gonna know. This is the place where you get exposed and where shots truly matter in terms of just consistency here. As the pressure has been mounting from the side of the fighter's ring, but so far, judges' juries are the one that needed the most, and they're kind of at the edge. I believe losing this one is going to put them in a really impossible spot to come back into it and secure themselves safe playoffs. And Juju due for a reset, not quite. Someone else stole it apparently, and in the end, that one just fizzles out.
Well, you know what they say. Talk is cheap unless you win some prize money. Old saying that is. Oh.
I like that. I like that one a lot. Ooh, Todd is the final punch. Oh, not quite.
Okay, let's stabilize. Let's calm down a bit. That's not calming down a bit. 2 minutes though, 2 minutes. Bit of time here for both of these teams to either overcook or just not cook at all, and we'll just have the rest of the game raw.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like that actually, but regardless, if it's something we're gonna deal with, we're gonna deal with it. You had the it's when the appetizer is better than the main meal and the dessert, basically, and you have that first minute of some beautiful Rocket League, and then for the rest, it's something you can make at home, or even just buy at a local supermarket and just eat straight out the can.
Well, you might walk away with a victory here on Champions Field, maybe with a side of salmonella, but minute and a half still there to try and find out who the victor of this one may be. This first game already secured by the Fighters Ring, but the second one could certainly still shift the opposite direction as Juju's jury is going to be finding themselves another goal in probably the most unconventional way. We've gone to the bowling alley, Kiki.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And still, 1 goal difference. Not plenty, and easy to come back from, but Juju, he's going to have to start with a save here as the double commits do come around, and that strike might be needing a bit of additional oomph, if you go what I say. I think they definitely need that, because they need to at least bump his defense away, and
a British way of putting it.
Oh yeah, I mean the whole stream has been Britified by you.
Oh my God!
There's a chance.
Hang on, if this goes down the other way, okay. It's fine. We'll calm down. We'll take a chill pill, and we're heading to the final 40 seconds here. Will the Batmobile prevail? Will the Batmobile come back, or will we see Fighters Ring really start pushing themselves? A much-needed win here, a much-needed couple of points for them. Currently sat in 4th place with a win here. Depending on others' results, they could well and truly go top of the table.
Yeah, genuinely. I mean, it doesn't take much considering if multiple draws have occurred. There was that almost fable. It's over now. It's over now. So
Maybe not. Maybe not.
They're not NIP artists.
Well,
maybe.
I mean, maybe. Who knows? As a
Swiftly says,
as
just
a
before
famous person once said, who knows?
Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
Oh no. Swiftly scored 5 goals. He literally said in chat, do I need to score every goal even for you, because he scored the own goal in the shot. So gentlemate strat apparently. So there we go. There's a simple one. in the end, it seems like Swaffley was just fed up, and in the end, he wanted to take matters into his own hands as they secure themselves a pretty hefty position right now with those points, and be 10 on the board for themselves. And be sure, if you're in the top 3, you secure yourselves a prize pool. You secure yourselves a beautiful amount of cash. I mean, I'm not sure if we have it ready. If we do, we will bring it up eventually, but genuinely a fantastic performance coming out from the side of the Fighters Ring, and I think they did phenomenally. But there it is. You get top 3. You get a chance at 120. You get a chance at 60, and you definitely get 30. Those beautiful Swiss francs, and I have a feeling it's just worth it in the end, just to give it your all. And remember, even if you finish 8, like a certain someone, like a certain muchacho, you still have a fantastic chance to run the gauntlet, and in the end,
a fantastic chance. They've got a chance.
A chance. We'll
a
just,
small percentage of a chance.
A very, very slim, dim chance of making it through the gauntlet, but regardless,
a chance is a chance.
A chance is, yeah, exactly. A chance is a chance. So that's the beauty of the tournament. You're never really out, and unless they have that amazing training arc overnight, not sure if it's gonna happen. But regardless, still there is a chance. But in the meantime, we will take a look over round 5 here, as the Judges Menaces have drawn with the squadron, and it's kind of looking likely. When we do have a look at the table afterwards.
Did you just say Machacho's Menaces?
Did I? I think I did. I think I did. Hodge, it's over. I'm getting old. I'm getting average age of 55 on the stream, and I'm
interesting
the one.
Goal difference for the Muchachos right now.
I'm the one buffing it, which is the best part about it. But regardless, look at that. Fighters Ring in first place. The Truckers Troops kind of dropping too many draws, and it's kind of what's costing them. Obviously, they have a bit of an easier opponent coming through into round 6, but regardless, look at that top 3 squadron. You got Troops, you got Fighters Ring, and then you got Flo's Fiends just creeping in alongside Dixon's Dogs. You know, it's still, everything's very close, and they still have great chances to both sneak in here, Hodge.
Yep, we certainly do. But I mean, we'll see, right? We've got our next matchup coming very, very shortly. I mean, but might as well have a look at what that's going to be, right? It is going to be Shrocker's Troops taking on Melox's Menaces. Thank you very much. And yeah, we've sort of seen these teams, you know, across today so far. Shrocker's Troops in 2nd currently, Melox's Menaces in 6th. I think Melox's Menaces is a team who I'd look at and say, you know, in my opinion, underperforming a bit here.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I expected a lot more from them. I even called them the favorites, and in the end, it was heavy underperform. You picked up Mystica, you picked up DD. I mean, regardless, there was a bit of a sub, and even with the sub, exactly. I was getting to it. Even with the sub, that's a bit better than the play you selected. You are still throwing it away. Well, the only excuse that can be used here is, oh, we practiced with DD, so in the end, you know, we weren't able to get enough. Okay, there was any practice with DD in the end. I just got told that immediately. So it was a beautiful kind of, you know, iteration of, yo, come join us, let's make the team stronger, and let's absolutely throw it all away. And Trucker's Troops, they're definitely looking to get this one under the belt. They are struggling, they are 2nd, they have 3 draws. A 4th one is likely here, Hodge. I think a 4th one is very likely.
It very well could be. It very well could be. But Kiki, I believe everyone in the lobby is here. Everybody is ready to go. So I hand it over to you and
absolutely. Well, it is time. Only 2 rounds to go. The penultimate one upon us here. Trucker's Troops up against the Menaces to see who can secure that top 3, that beautiful chance at playoffs, and be crowned champions of Talk is Cheap.
That is what we hope for Trucker, that they can pull ahead after their bit of a lock in the table so far with the 3 draws. To be honest, I think that they're going to be the team to watch for this one, and I'm very, very excited to be back here with you on the desk. It's not been very long, but we're about to go in. Take us away, my friend.
Well, to be honest, I didn't expect to be here, but hello. But it is round 6 of 7, so we'll see both of these teams Troops and Menaces fighting for the top of the table here. And I mean, we'll see, right? Mystica just as solid in the back of the net. Menaces 1-0 up.
Oh, Kiki's absolutely done you there, mate. He's done you there. He's supposed to be. Oh Christ! Never mind. I guess he can.
Never mind.
He can swap. He can swap back in with me next time. But well,
he's trying to tell me what to do here.
Yeah.
Oh, Trevor does the hype team in these. Shut up. Read. You know what? You should read what Cassalien sent you. Read the information, mister. Oh, the players don't read the information. But anyway, a response comes through. Troops equalise.
How has it been 2 goals? I've been trying to absorb what happened. Never mind. Anyway, we're equal, and alluding to a draw in the first place, we're already evenly matched 30 seconds in. You start as you mean to go on, right? And that's equal pressure coming across. But it is Milox's Menaces with the ball control as it's cleared away. Fucked off to the side. It seems like both teams kind of clearing to each other, really controlling the ball. Often when you have these drawed series, it is because there is no kind of ball control coming from either side, but that's a chance there. Blocked away by Kiva. It's chasing down Nos. Nos not going to let him. Takes the boost away for his troubles, and we're waiting for something to conclude it.
Well, what I found interesting about today's game is we've not really had that many, you know, massive blowouts on either side. A couple at the very start, right? But aside from that, for the most part, we've had quite close games on the stream. But maybe Menace is going to start to extend that lead. They found themselves 2-1 here. They found themselves a goal that's coming from Milox, who just flies in from the ceiling, gets it past that defender, and well, Menaces, while they haven't necessarily had the greatest day so far here, they're going to be looking to push themselves into the upper echelons of that table. At the same time, though, this is round 6 to 7. No pun intended, and it takes 7. But we do have, you know, we're at a point where this is a very crucial match for both teams, right? For example, we look at this. If Troops loses one, they're in a very difficult position going into that final series, whereas Menaces, you're looking at this, well, it's a must-win, right? To get themselves in that top 3 sort of contention, top anything contention. So yeah, it's an interesting sort of side that we find ourselves with here for both these teams, and even more interesting to see that Menaces are starting to come online here.
Indeed, and whilst I'm struggling to accept the insert you did of 6-7 right there, I'll willing to forgive you later, but I need some time, I think. Already on shot, Kiva takes a pop-up goal. Trocker saves it away. And he tries to follow it through. Leaves it for Tabs, who's going to get a double tap into the net. He is! And the Death Star looms as we equalize the series. What a beautiful setup right there. Trocker kind of just does it on his own. No one's back in time. No one reads it properly, and that's what Trocker's Troops need right there. Bring the series back to the equalizer. So they can take this one away. I think they're going to really want to take this first one if I was them, knowing that your spot for playoffs is in contention right now. A lot more to play for as we reach the sort of end of the day here in these final games.
Well, we'll find ourselves late tied situation. There were 2 minutes still left to go. And into this corner we go. Nos should be up for this one, and is Mystica going to be tested? Kiva going to alleviate some of that pressure for his teammates, and you know, considering Kiva is, I guess at this point, the sort of super sub here for this team coming in, he's really been playing up to good standards for this roster. And in my opinion, looking at these rosters, I think, you know, after you bring in Kiva especially, you should look at this Menaces team and think that they are the clear and by far favourites to win the whole thing. I would look at this roster, having seen the experience that Milox and Kiva have playing together, add in Mystica, who, you know, already is one of the players that everyone was looking at to sort of make the difference here. I think this should be a roster that people look at as a far and wide favourite, you know, in this event, but they've not really played like it for the majority of today.
That's the thing. It's you might have individual talents, but if you don't have synergy, or if you don't have that the ability to connect with each other, quite often.
Or if you just blame the fact that it's a best of 2. That also works.
You could do that too, yeah. That's what's so interesting about the format. It's not just the format itself, it's the mix in with the captain's tournament and the draft side. It just leaves so many opportunities for like wild cards and things that you just don't expect. I do like it's one of the advantages. But nevertheless, Tabs putting his team ahead. They're all going to be able to play tomorrow and try and maybe redeem themselves a little bit. But for the expectations that maybe they faltered in today's matchup.
Well, Troops are retaking the lead here. Menaces have got some work to do, and Troops are really going to put that work to the test off the back wall. Troker. And Milok should have this one controlled for a little bit, only until Nos challenges though. Kiva instantly challenged there by Tabs, who's not wasting any time, not giving any space for the Menaces player to work with, and neither is Troker. And it's just these 50s that are being won out here by Troops across, the majority of this game. But as much as being a pretty close affair in game 1, it looks like it will, funnel down to a last couple of seconds situation and to a 0 seconds with the ball. Mystica trying to slot it, won't quite be able to. Ball will hit the ground. Troops take themselves at least the draw, and a crucial game for Troops to take over Menaces there. Menaces are going to be so limited as the points they can grab now for the rest of today. They're going to be able to only get a maximum of 4 points across the next 2 rounds now. That will get them currently tied for 3rd place, which will not be enough, as you imagine the top 3 would go up in points.
Yes, indeed.
I'd say that pretty much locks them in the gauntlet.
What, Troops?
Menaces. No, locks Menaces into the... Well, the gauntlet is the... What's even funnier for anybody who doesn't know the context is the fact that Zach is currently is the one updating the sheet with the scores as well.
Do you know what? When I realized I'd have to be multitasking before the day started, it was not looking good, bro. Like that's the bit. that is the. It's just chemical. It's not even incompetence, but. I just go to update like one set of scores and then I'm just completely like zoned out. I'll be honest. That's it's just the way of the world for me. I'll be honest. I've got you here to carry me through it, Hodge.
Well, if you're going to get lost in the stars, at least get lost in the stars on Champions Field. All right, and that's where we are now. So let's take to the field one more time in round 6 out of 7 and see which of these teams is going to be grabbing themselves an extra point here, Zach. And right now, already some early aggression from the side, or I almost said my insanity, from the side of Milox's Menaces.
SOD try to get them back to their troubles, deny those points. It's also not just about securing points for themselves, it's also about denying Trocker's group here. And now it's them with ball control as Trocker's going on his own, but this is going to put an end to that play as he uses all of his boost and control. More onto Tabs as they scramble for defense in the corner. All 3 players grouping up together on defense. Touched by Tabs, but it's enough to clear away and give his team space. We get a double tap into the backboard, but doesn't really find anyone on the team. Counter tap by Kiva. 50 pound goes this way. Trocker's defended by away, but that's a chance for Mystica. No! High challenge from Tabs. And this one's looking a bit more competitive.
Yeah, it certainly is. Both of these teams throwing it all on the line here on Champions Field. Will be Troker to come over to the side wall and follow it up. There's the follow-up from a teammate. No, it is Tabs, the Mystica. Read that one perfectly, but maybe not perfect enough. There's not a teammate back. Troker will take the first goal here. It's a little bit of a mix-up in the rotation for the side of the Menaces. And when we have a look at that, Zach, the first man made their move in Mystica. Kiva was getting bumped. Milox was still rotating back. It needs to be better.
Exploiting the opportunity. Trocker with a chance for a double tap. And it's cleared away. No credit for the save there. A little bit robbed, I'll be honest. It was a very nice defensive play. Done for everything. Gonna fly up Mystica. It's gonna get challenged away. Keeper's waiting for it. Just pushing it through. This seems like Rocket's troops are just really putting the pressure on. I mean, yeah. Keep the pressure on and it's about denying your opponents a lot more.
Oh, that's a big miss. Oh, that's a good save, though. Yeah, it's chaos. It really is chaos, Zach. There's no better way of putting it, really. But, I mean, I heard you talking about you can't multitask. I'm struggling as well. I've got about 50 Discord pings a second in my ear.
Well, that's why you should be just do not disturb exclusively like me. You know what I mean?
No, but what if my producer needs me?
I just sat on your screen. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Either way, we've just passed the halfway mark and we're still 1 goal difference. Rocket tried to shatter the ball as it goes down, but we're able to get the clear away. And it's boomed back into the troops' side. Need a bit more of a productive use of the ball. I feel like you just give away possession all the time. It's not really going to give anything for you, and just gives more opportunity to your opponents. As Nos looks to put one on net, Mystica is going to have no trouble saving that one away. As we try to shut down any form of chance to get it into their side of the field. Now, Nox's Menaces try to just find some space for themselves.
Yeah. 1.5 minutes still left. Kiva trying to connect on the shot, but Tabs read that save a long time ago and had it shut down. Trocker, though, looking to try and set up that redirect. Will be denied, will be demoed, will be opened up.
Beautiful.
And the goal's cracked open, the game's cracked open. Can the Menaces crack open the scoreboard as well in terms of the overall group stage leaderboard? Still a long way to go to make that start happening, Zach, but only one way to you know, keep on progressing towards that goal, and that's to keep putting those balls in the back of the net, and a good start here.
That is the name of the game. Score those goals, you know. Lots of meaning behind what goals mean, or what wins mean. And this is going into the later stages of the rounds, but the round continues as we reach the final minutes. Kiva getting a nice challenge off the backboard. Anyone there to follow up? It's Milox kind of lurking. Didn't want to overextend. Can't really blame him in an equal 1-to-1 series right now. And oh, is that an opportunity? It was, but Milox manages to get the block. We're trying to set each other up in these wall hits. But we're keeping it off net pretty nicely, I would say.
Yeah. 30 seconds left here. Maybe it's added overtime if needed. But somebody's going to get a hand on this one, be it in the offense here for Trocker's troops or in the counter-attacks for Menaces, because you're only going to get so many opportunities. And
oh my god.
That might come back to bite you, because Trocker, doesn't matter where he is on the field, he's certainly a threat. Whether it be on the ceiling, on the wall, in your face, or right in front of your net, he will score it either way. And now, Menaces have got themselves faced with a challenge. Scoring in the next 10 seconds or so, or more points dropped, and potentially looking at a bottom 2 position, which would certainly...
Oh my god!
No way. Mystica! Let's go! Keeping it a bit more interesting.
Oh, he just reads it so beautifully. The clear off the backboard, he's up for it. Oh, it's such an unnecessary mistake, I feel like. You're putting balls in front of your net when you're like, when you're literally faced with victory. I don't know, a bit of a mistake.
At the end of the day, the goal of Rocket League is to control balls. That was not controlling balls. That was like...
That was just, I want to touch the ball.
Yeah,
don't care about what happens after. You know?
That was touching balls, and it wasn't necessarily controlling balls. That's certainly controlling the ball from Milox. Not quite to any avail, though. And this could be some saving grace here for Menaces as they look to try and convert themselves a point in the overtime. Look to try and maybe, I guess, add as many points as they possibly can in the closing seconds, the closing games, to that tally. And Milos will throw it over to this corner. Look to try and get it past Tabs, but that's not going to happen. It will be Choker.
Fake.
Or not.
Oh
Massive bottom left. And as much as they might try, as much as they might hope, Menaces will not be given an inch in this series, in this game, in this group stage, and Troops claim another point on their charge for top of the table.
Beautiful 2-0. Given that they were looking at 3 draws so far in the tournament, not taking a loss, but getting denied so many points in those draws, and they finally get one back to solidify that spot. And well played, honestly. It was Menaces definitely gave them. They definitely were the menace. You know, they were giving them a lot of trouble in that match. And yeah, I think it came down to the wire, especially with that last goal from Mystical was beautiful. I mean, it was off the back of a mistake, but you know, as we're getting closer to these like higher stake games, 100%, like it's looking like a lot more close and fun.
Well, if close is the word that you want to use, I'm looking at these scores, and close is anything but what I'm looking at right here. 2-0, 0-2. I need those games to go in a 2-0 in one way, those final two, so I can fit the narrative that I'm trying to push here. But yeah, we'll see. Into the scoreboard we go here, though, Zach, and just to have a look at where we stand with things right now. I think a clear top 2 is emerging here in the table, and looking very likely going into the final round, depending on results, obviously, but looking very likely that we might have a confirmed top 3.
Yes, indeed. And well played by them, to be honest. It has been a long day of matches. 3 draws, though. Look at the top 2 are 3 wins, 3 draws, no losses. That's
the thing is, Ring could quite easily take first here. I mean, they're a game down, and so are Fiends, I believe, as well. So anything can still happen with this one. One thing that is pretty much guaranteed is the Muchachos will be in 8th. But will Jury overtake Menaces?
For Muchachos. Yeah, it's like we get the confirmed top 3, and it's about where the rest of the matches seed up, or the rest of the teams seed up. But yeah, that's round 7 right there. Squadron versus Fiends. We've got Texas Dogs versus Fighters Ring.
Oh, that's going to be the one my streaming.
Yeah, Menaces versus Muchachos, and finally Juju's Jury versus Truckers Troops.
Oh, okay, so that pretty much seals the deal that it will be Jury in 7th and Muchachos in 8th. Which would be our first matchup tomorrow at 2 PM. Don't forget, everyone watching. Because we certainly didn't. But yeah, Zach, I think when looking at these matchups here that we have, is there any that stands out to you as a crucial match for any of these teams that really could be a bit of a decider?
I don't know. It's definitely going to be shaping up. I'm still waiting for these rounds to finish. I feel like I want the rest of the standings in before I can take a full look at it. But
I'm just looking at Kiki's camera, to be honest. For everyone who cannot see Kiki's camera, you're missing a great show here. Yeah, you really are. Is it possible to show Kiki's camera? Right, there we go. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh.
What on earth is this man doing?
Hang on. Go back to that. Go back to that screen. I want a screenshot for Twitter.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Hodge wants to be on the screen.
Hang on.
Yeah. Okay.
There we go.
The crash and burn.
I'll see you on my Twitter later, Kiki. I'll see you there.
Yeah,
anyway,
I think you asked me about the matchups, but yeah, this match for Ring is important because they could take the lead, they could secure themselves even further, and as they kind of lurk on that like bottom end of the top 3, saves them from anyone snatching it away from them, if that's even possible.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, Kiki's
Jeff
laid himself to rest, so...
Fiends at 9 points, yeah. Like, they could definitely, like, ring drop this and Fiends just snatch it away. Whatever matchup they've got coming ahead of them. They are against Salt Squadron, though. So, I mean, that's, like, if that's an upset right there and Ring lose this, then that could be snatched away. So, Ring really want to win here, I think.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, no, for sure. Can we get the scoreboard back up again, if possible, just to see after that Fiends Ring match where that leaves us? Going into going into the final round. This could be so close. It really could be.
Yeah, it's almost like that third spot's in contention with
almost
two
like
teams
the F1
basically.
This Sunday.
Yeah, the drivers. Yeah, of course. There's a 3-way split, right? With drivers contender, and it's like in the same way. Yeah.
Yeah, it certainly is.
It's ironic because we changed the schedule because of F1. It's like same story.
Some players complained, some casters complained, and Zach's response was, "Why does everybody care so much? Just watch the F1 on replay." No, we're not watching
I didn't.
the F1
Okay,
on replay.
can I just make it clear that I made that statement before I knew what was at stake. So.
First time in 15 years that 3 drivers have been in contention for the title in the final race. So yeah.
You're going to be happy because you get to watch it too.
I do. And we do have the players ready to go here. So the round 7 matchups, they may be on the screen. The scoreboard may also be on the screen, but we've got one final round to get into here. It is round number 7. It is Dix's Dogs versus Fighters Ring, and well, there's nothing better to do than get us down onto Manfield Night and seal the deal on Friday's group stage matches. Who will earn themselves a bye to the playoffs, and who will we be saying bye-bye to that gauntlet bracket? You're muted.
This guy, man, that's two matches in a row he's messed up.
I can do the intros, I can do the hype chambers, I can get the catch. I'm also muted in Video Ninja.
That's right, we figured it out. Anyway, welcome back. It's gonna be a 3-man showcast, and because it's gonna be a spectacle to finish this one out. And either a secure of a top 3 or even a bit of an upset right here. Dixon's Dogs, they have all the power in the world to decide their fate, but so do the Fighters Ring right now, and they are looking likely to just, secure this dominant performance so far. And, when you're this close to the table, it's almost like the F1 show. There's too many variables, but ultimately it's still up to you.
Up to you indeed, but just score some goals, get that match decided. Demo's onto Fighter right now. Dix has got a chance for a dribble. He's just going to hold it and guide it into the net. Dix's Dogs take the first goal of the series.
Well, Dix showing what he can do here on the pitch. 1-0 for Dix's Dogs, and I mean, having a look at the scoreboard on my screen here and just seeing where things stand, this is certainly going to be a heavyweight battle between these two teams, and there is the immediate response coming through. Shadow is able to find the equaliser, but when we look at this match quickly, I mean, we see Dix's Dogs versus Fighters Ring, a team in 3rd versus a team in 5th, 11 points versus 7. Dix's Dogs, they need the 3 points here. They need nothing else to try and secure 4th place. Fighters Ring, they also need the 2 points. A sweep would be crucial for both of these teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Biggest difference is that Dix's Dogs, they don't have it in their hands completely. They still rely on close Fiends losing out that final matchup just so they can secure themselves that final playoff spot in before the gauntlet, obviously. But if anything, you get yourself at least a secure off the top 4, and that would mean you only play 1 match of the gauntlet to be able to qualify yourself for the playoffs. But this is a very important matchup because we could be looking at 2 teams that will be facing each other during the actual playoff stage, which could be the 2nd and 3rd place seed. But everything is about to find out. About to be found out. Sorry, I got a bit distracted by production, but that's just me being me. And regardless, this one's gonna be a heck of a match. Already starting us off with a bit of an equal standing here.
Indeed, and we alluded to the playoffs yesterday, and the higher your seed, the less games you have to play in that gauntlet. So that's going to be in the team's minds, and of course, one team looking to really take it against the other. We've got it floating now in the midfield. We are equal, and looks like it might have been a 50 into the net. beautiful from its shadow. He just catches it, I'm pretty sure. Dixer. What a pass, what a pass, what a pass, I suppose. Turb went up for it. But unfortunately had no boost. So, yeah, just beating him to the cusp right there. And they take it back.
Yeah. Well, 2.5 minutes still remaining and the lead may be currently held by the fighters. I'm sure there will still be a lot of fight left in the dogs here to try and come back with a vengeance into the rest of this game. Sweatley, they were trying to pull out the moves, and well, we'll be allowed to do that, but Shadow will be there to help up with some of the backup plays as well. Now with his teammate, Demo coming through, fighter to a free touch there downfield. That's going to allow Sweatley to jump for that over to the corner, follow up. It's 3-man show here. The fighter can't get a great touch. He's able to find a 50, pops up in front of the net, but the defense is looking solid for the side of Dixon's dogs.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, they just need to kind of, find themselves defensive. Yeah, exactly. So, like, you're not going to win if you keep defending in a deficit, so you just need to get yourself on the scoring end of this one. They have locked in the defense. I'm not sure if that's going to last or if that's just, an early angle. That was a scary 50 right there coming up from Turb, but regardless, in the end, they were able to clear that one out. But lack of boost shows otherwise, and they are in a bit of trouble here as they are getting pummeled with shots here from the side of the Fighters Ring, but in the end, the Fighters Ring is the system there, ended up clearing it for them.
Indeed, holding on to this lead under a bit of pressure. And that has kind of been a very back and forth story in this match so far. Swaffy looking to kind of coerce this ball in the corner. It's a pop back, but it kind of clears it away back to the side. And setting up for the midfield play, the demo comes through. But Swaffy shuts down the play, gets it out on field. He goes for the challenge, still caught in the corner. And Dix's dogs looking for something. Fighters are not going to be giving it to them. They're struggling to get out of the corners right now. I say that it's into the midfield, but thankfully Engine carries it back to safety. But that might be an open net for Dixer. It's going to be close. Sweaty is back in time. And it's down the midfield and Turb. Beautiful goal. And that just feels like I was waiting for that for a while. It's weird.
Yeah. It felt like it was going to happen. It felt like it was a matter of when it was going to happen, right? And they sort of like, I'm using this word because it's talk is cheap screen. They almost like edged us with the goal for like a solid 30 seconds. Finally, they were able to get it done there and tie things up. But are we going to get an OT? Or are we going to be moving into one of these two teams taking the lead in the final few seconds here? That's still a question to be answered, but maybe one of these teams can find that answer.
8 seconds, I mean, anything can happen in regulation. We've seen crazier stuff happen already throughout the previous series, but still, the ball is up here. 0 seconds, doesn't matter. Ball hasn't hit the ground, and it will just now boo the party pooper. But regardless, overtime at hand, and a spectacular finish to the final game would be a brilliant one. Well, the final series, the first game of the final series, should be the correct way to put that one.
Yes, indeed. We've got such a crucial match going to overtime. Exactly what we were hoping for. Comes down to the wire. Going out into the midfield. Scruffy pops it up. It's going to be carried away by Dixon. Challenged by Fighter. Two demos coming in. Shadow trying to disrupt the back line. Leave an open net for his team. Inevitably, it doesn't come to fruition. With a bit of patience there. But it's cleared away anyway. And down the middle, Shadow found a spot. Can he get a double tap in? No, Dix is back in time to save it. And so it's honestly, we're one step away from conceding a goal every time. It's really hard to tell.
Yeah, well, into the overtime, we find ourselves a minute elapsed. And Serb hurling this one towards the back wall. Shadow touched away, but the aggression continues to swirl around this half. And I mean, yeah, it's continuously Dix's dogs who pile on the power, pile on the aggression, but continuously they also can't quite connect a shot, can't quite connect a passing play. On the other side, same can be said.
Wanted to bring a hero, to be honest. Saved so many of those. I'm so proud.
There is.
I heard it.
It's one of those meditation methods where you focus on your breathing, focus on your.
I'm manually breathing. That is what I'm doing.
I'm making manually breathe, and
I hope
hopefully.
Stream can't hear it because you guys can. But...
Nah, it's fine. I'm sure Cassalien has a cut. Yeah. But regardless, what the stream can't see is the fact that this action is still ongoing, but there's still no clear-cut winner. I mean, everyone would love to get an early day, and it's not even an early day, but Dixahil's gonna oblige and give us that final goal of game 1 here. Finally put the rest.
Yeah, well, I mean, that does confirm. That does, I believe, confirm that who's getting top 3? Someone in my ear? Fighter. That confirms that fighters will be getting top 3, apparently, which is weird because they lost the game. But yeah. Ah, they can't win anymore, so they can't get to 2. So they can't go 4th, but they can't go 2nd. Okay. Thank you, producer, who knows more than me. Anyway, thoughts on that one, fellas?
We call him Stats Alien for a reason. He will get you the correct info every single time. Never doubt him, genuinely. It's very scary to doubt him regardless. But yeah, I think it was a tough one. I'm thinking the Pfizer knew what they were fighting for, and in the end they were just not able to clinch it, but they will still be happy with the fact that there's a chance they get this stolen away from them, to be fair. There's a very small chance that they get this stolen away from them. If the goal difference does help them out at least a little bit, you will have Dix's dogs kind of, steal that spotlight and draw with the fighters.
I think we need a breath of fresh air, so let's go to Champions Field and breathe ourselves a new game.
Go to Zach.
Hey, you guys. I'm done. I'm gonna go meditate and focus on my breathing whilst you cast this one.
Oh,
as he exits with the inhale.
The later
nevertheless,
this stream goes on, the more it falls apart. Sorry, keep going, Zach. I just have to get that one in.
Nevertheless, Champions Field.
Woo.
Woo. We're here. 3-2 for that one. 1 goal difference. It was a close one. We went to overtime. Can one team take a bit more of a decisive advantage in this one? Had those goal different stats, and it looks like Turb's going to put his team ahead with a beautiful shot from the sidewall. Beautiful positioning here. Let's just see what he does. Fighters just tries to clear it away, and Turb's just there, beats him to it. And just a crazy angle. Sweaty almost gets to it, but isn't able to clear it away.
Now, it depends on other people's results, but I believe if Dixie Dogs win this game and score a lot of goals in doing so, then they could find themselves 4th at the end of this. But if things don't go their way, never mind. I've been told that's wrong. Anyway, but if things don't go their way and somebody else has something go their way, then we could we could end up with them 7th. Maybe. I don't know. I'll get corrected with that. Maybe again.
Hey, you tried.
Welcome to FIFA E format.
I try my best, okay?
I love it when we try to dabble in stats, but then you got the expert just completely destroying your hopes and dreams as Swiftly finds himself on the scoring board here, and 3 goals in 30 seconds. Boys, we're in for a long one.
Are we?
Oh yeah. I'm calling it right now.
Only 30 seconds has passed, Todd.
We're in for a long one because 3 goals have got it. Never mind, we might be. What have I just watched? Okay, we're in for a long one, ladies and gentlemen. Strap in, get the popcorn at the ready, because apparently a goal doesn't mean anything. A goal doesn't mean jack shit in this format.
Let's get some points. I don't know. Let's just finish the matches and we'll see how it goes. we trying. I don't know.
We're actively trying to unlive Cassalien on this stream. It's just laughing out loud. Regardless, we're back, and regardless of everything that's been happening, it's been one hell of a show today, and genuinely, it's everything that this show should be. And yep, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. You're the captain of the team. Just squeeze it in, push it through, muscle your way through, and there you go. Fly through the scoreboard, and swiftly finding himself that 2G8.
We equalize. 1 minute 30 past, and this has been a very, very active series so far. Neck and neck once again, but it's going at a much faster pace than before. These teams are hungry for these goals. We have a challenge now into the midfield. Swaffy was there for it, but Engine carries it away back into the midfield, but that's just a pass to Turp. He doesn't get back in time. They can fight her with a beautiful save. Engine tries to follow up, but another save coming through from Shadow. And I need to breathe again, guys. Someone take over.
So what am I looking at? So apparently Jury have just, Jury, the 7th place team coming in at the final series, have just absolutely obliterated Troker's troops, meaning that Jury are now 4th somehow. That also means that Dix's Dogs currently find themselves in 7th place, so not so good for them. But yeah, fun.
Yeah, that's
fun.
It could be worse.
Hell yeah.
It could be Mackey's Muchachos with a goal difference of -30.
They had fun. Come on, their name Mackey's. Surely they had fun. Worst case scenario, they have tacos. It's fine. Regardless, it still is a close game here in this scenario, but I think Mackey's Machachos still have like the power in their hands to like change the outcome of many teams. Like imagine winning at least one of those games and just upsetting the entirety of the table and being like, yo, you guys only lost to us and we're on the bottom of the league. That would have been some bragging rights in terms of just, let's just say, screwing someone over completely.
Yeah, the one other game we've got left is the Squadron versus Fiends, and I mean, Salt Squadron currently sat in 2nd place on the table so far. A really strong team. I don't know if Fiends will take that, but if they do and they upset, that could just lead like maybe 2 more teams in the double digits. So I don't know what the table's going to look like, to be honest. It is going to be a battle for that seeding. Maybe it comes down to goal difference. It could do in some very specific circumstances.
Maybe not.
Maybe not, he says. Never mind.
Well, open nets don't really help the situation, but it will give Ring a chance of redemption here in this game. Not that it'll matter, because it doesn't really matter if they win or lose this game. They are 3rd. They have guaranteed themselves 3rd, and will be playing in your playoffs, top 3. So yeah, this matters a lot for Dix's Dogs though. This game, I believe. I could be wrong. Cassalien, help me.
Well, he does assist. In the meantime, I did also have a feeling that this is a big one for Dixon's Dogs, but in the meantime, while they still think they have the fate in their hands, it's a fun one. This matchup prevents like you from knowing other scorelines because you're locked in, you're playing, you cannot find out other scorelines. Well,
it's an open. Oh dear.
Okay.
Anyway, let's change subject. That was, I mean, a chance for them to go 4-2 rather than 3-2. So lifeline for the Dogs right there.
Oh, hang on, I've got an essay to read.
All right, I'll take over.
It's pretty secure at 3rd. However, we don't know Fiends. Fiends needs to win and Ring has to lose. Then Fiends will be 3rd. Okay, so
how about this, guys? We'll find out in 20 seconds anyway. It's fine. Listen.
Why don't we just have Cassalien unmute and just start casting? How about that?
Actually, that would be amazing. I vouch. I vouch. He's gonna fire us all.
It's not even like about the gameplay. Anyway, they scored one.
When we start rebelling.
I mean, it's done and dusted anyway. That is, that's going to be... Oh.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Hold up. Okay, now this is getting interesting.
Yeah, they don't equalize this. They don't equalize this. There's no way.
This camera on the screen
No
right
way.
now with this is fine background. We
OT
need-
or no balls? That is what has just been said in the chat right there. My turn.
Will they do it? Will they do it? Will
OT
they do
no
it?
balls. Nah,
Talk
please.
is cheap. Cybow. Oh my god. It's finally been said.
God.
It's finally been said.
Wait. Oh no,
The new
no,
Britain
that's
rock.
not. That ball's not hit the ground. That ball has not hit
Yes,
the
it
ground.
has.
Not at all. There is no chance. And in the meantime, we will be having a look over at Flo's Fiends and see how they do end up. Because this game over at
Is this
Nap on
game
Money.
two?
This is.
Oh, we don't know.
I believe it is. Surely it is. There's no way they're behind schedule that much. So I believe this is game 2 right now. It should match up the schedule perfectly. And it's the Squadron up against the Fiends. And yeah, I mean, you can head on over on to Knap on Money if you want to follow that one through. But we're just going to wait through for the result of that one. As it's going to be a pretty close one. It's going to be a pretty rough one for either team right now in this scenario.
Pictionary ad. When you don't have anything to say, it's productive.
Guys, we should play some Pictionary.
We could, if you want.
Oh,
Oh.
you know what? We're going to
With the
cancel.
clear bank.
We're not doing that.
we're refreshing the stream so we get rid of the ad. But that being said, there's one goal difference with 1 minute left. That's
Yeah, very true. Now this has turned into a long party here for Knap on Money.
How can you
So-
cast the curse a different stream? How is that even possible?
That is a very crazy one, but still, regardless, I think only Zach has the power to do that. So Zach, please give it your all.
Well, we have a Rolly with his opportunity to double tap twice in a row and get the goals in a minute. And Nukes actually is just gonna just put one in off the sidewall. Nice passing play there. Nice little setup off the kickoff. And it's a pinch from Nukes and Rolly. No, Rolly just, I mean, Nukes gets a really
Nukes,
beautiful
I
angle.
choose you. If you know, you know.
We know, draft stream. It was amazing. I
Well,
love
Zach doesn't know.
it. He was there. He was he was in the
You think I remember what happened a week ago?
Oh, fair. About a week ago.
I can't even remember what Hodges said like 30 seconds prior when I'm changing one score. Like, come on, guys, have less faith in me.
On a real note, which one of the two on the live camera are you taking as your bodyguard? Because both of them look like they could take all three of us at once at this stage. They go, Jim. Go on, you first, Dodge.
Oh, I think I'd want Kiki actually.
Ah, you're not intimidated by the tats. Like,
I'll just come out with memes and just hold this one up here. I will ask. Yeah, I'll just ask ChatGPT.
he's getting mugged. He
defend-
pulls up his phone. What should I do here? It gives you like 6 instructions or something.
Wait, hold
Oh
on.
my god!
What's
Wait!
happening?
Wait, I said they wouldn't equalize, and they have.
We don't know what's happened because, or how important this is, because of the fact that we don't know if this is the first or the second game, and if it is
I
the
believe
second
it's
game,
the second.
we don't know who won the first game.
Oh, that's the bad part. Yeah, you're right, actually. So,
This could all mean nothing.
it could. I guess you'll find out.
Does Nukes have the ice? That's the question.
Okay, well, any Fiend win is huge, so what? Save that to stop that one from going in. Beautiful stuff. And right now, Flo's Fiends, they have a great chance at a potential win here, and they certainly do need it to get themselves a fantastic chance and advantage during the bracket. Squadron, if they do get the draw, best case scenario for both teams is kind of a draw, both for Squadron and for Fiends, so only they don't know that one, so no match fixing, hopefully.
Cassalien actually just DM'd them all individually to try and match fix the
He
top
sent
8.
the script.
He
Yeah,
sent them. He
Fiends do
sent
get
every
third.
team what they needed to do. Fiends get third.
If it's a 2-0, right? If they win both, yeah, that's 3 points that'll take them above. That'll take them above Fart's ring.
But if they don't
11
do
points.
that, if they don't get a
They go
2-0,
from 9 to 12 if they win this, which is third place basically. So I don't know. If this is, like we said, if this is first or second game, it's likely second game, right?
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, either way, it doesn't matter if the squadron score, because that would just ruin it all. That would ruin so much suspense of finding out if they won the first game or not.
I mean, they won't score. It's gonna be Flo's Fiends that score next, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you like trying to cast a curse this?
What do you mean? No, I'm just talking facts. That's what I always do. Feel like, oh,
Yeah, you're
he
completely
passes
fine.
it back, playing it safe.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
He does nothing afterwards. He just.
Oh, Rolly spotted a backboard. Oh no, it's challenged away.
Should we just let Zach solo cast this, Kiki?
No.
Yeah, I
No,
like
no,
that
no.
one. I like that one. I like
No,
that one, actually.
I gotta take breathing breaks.
while casting and while you're not casting. To be fair, breathing is pretty important. You should try it. If you don't, you know.
No, it's because I
If you don't,
it's-
to the viewers at home, please do not try breathing without a professional present, otherwise it may result in injury.
you just had to bring it up, didn't you? That's literally what you just had to. Because now I'm manually breathing and it's just hard.
Manually breathing is certainly a sentence.
That's a real thing.
Yeah.
You ever thought about your actual breathing before?
You should start manually.
Because-
You should start manually blinking as well right now. I'll just activate that one as well.
I told you I can't multitask. I either blink or breathe.
hang on.
Oh my god!
I told you!
I told you!
Wait, but did they win the first game?
I don't know.
Oh boy, both are saying GG's.
Hang on,
Well,
I'm getting
maybe.
locked into this score report channel.
Wait, please, hold up. Suspense is killing us. All right, keep the suspense as well to reveal it properly in time. Oh, he's
Someone's
typing.
typing.
Oh, he's
Is it-
typing. And
typing.
absolutely. Yeah, you take
Typing.
Twitch.
He's typing.
Okay, never mind.
He's
I'll take
typing.
it. So he's
What did you
typing.
say?
In the meantime, I thought we didn't show back into the cameras, but this works fine
Oh.
as well because you know we have
Oh no.
this. What happened in game one? Jesus Christ.
It's 8-5 in game one.
Okay, so the result was game one went 8-5. The second game went 4-5. So it was a bit of a wild one there.
It was 1-1.
Coming through. Yeah,
it's a draw.
1-1 in
All
the
that
end.
hype for nothing.
Yeah. A win still, like, a single win still does, I think, bits for Flo in terms of, like, finding them, like, a spot closer to this finals of the gauntlet. But here we go. Here it is, the final update to the bracket, and there is your top three. Regardless of the tiebreaker, it has been applied, and you see that Troops have secured second, regardless of the same points as Fighters Ring and the Squadron, securing themselves a beautiful first. And I will say another honorable mention to the Muchachos. Keep going, Zach. Let's see
Tiny
the
ball.
verdict from the middle of the table.
What? Say again.
That's fine. Regardless, and fourth place, you got the Jury as well, giving themselves a beautiful start here to the Gauntlet run at least, and they have secured themselves a very high place. Fiends will need to work for that one a little bit harder right now, and they're gonna have to get through Menaces and Jury if the kind of places will it, in terms of just on paper. You're kind of looking like Dogs winning, Menaces winning, Fiends winning, Jury winning in terms of the classic paper lookout, but
No, you're not.
I'm thinking
you're
Machachos
not.
win it all.
I disagree. I think Muchachos could pop off. I think it's not as simple as you should favour
Disagree.
every team who's like in that bracket. Because personally, I look at that and I think the only reason that Jury are in fourth is because they got a surprise upset in the final round against the number one seed. If they, you know, for the rest of the day, we've looked at them and think, you know, we've been thinking, oh, you know, they could have been doing a little bit better. They're underperforming. The only reason that Jury's where they are is because they got a surprise upset in
Oh,
the
I
final
did
round.
not see that. That is a bit of a
Yeah, the
crazy
upset
one.
chocolate Troops. Yeah.
I told you they are good. They were just inconsistent. Genuinely,
Yeah.
like heavily inconsistent. If we take a look
Anything
at their
can
just
happen.
absolute run, they just absolutely, you know, went back and forth. They lost to Fighters Ring 2-0 in the round 5. Then in round 4, you had them losing to Squadron 2-0. All of a sudden, the last 2 rounds, they win 2-0 to get themselves into that 4th place. So genuinely, I do have a feeling that Flo's Fiends kind of deserve to be in there just because of the fight they put up and the show they gave us in the end for nothing, thanks to you, Squadron. Boo. It does say Squadron 2-0, which is incorrect, I believe. But
Well,
regardless, we will.
Let's have a look again at the King of the Hill bracket. I don't like the Gauntlet bracket. King of the Hill is where it's at for this, and
Oh,
I mean,
wait. There was a slight change. There was a mistake. Fiends are fourth. I knew it. I spotted it. And there we go. They've taken it via goal difference in terms of only 3 being ahead. A perfect neutral goal difference. Look at that, 40-40. And that's marvelous. I love that for them. I love that. It's not that I'm rooting for them, but the storyline is so nice.
It does. It changes the bracket. And, well, that means that Fiends only have to play one best of 5 before they see if they're eliminated or if they go to the final playoffs bracket. And speaking of the final playoffs bracket, let's have a look at what that looks like right now, because we've got 3 teams who currently find themselves there. And, well, the lucky winner of the Gauntlet bracket, the King of the Hill bracket, gets to face Stealth Squadron, who... I recall everybody looking at and saying that they would get 8th place, they'd get last, that team was going to crash and burn. Now they're flying high, they're soaring to new heights. Kiki knows nothing, Nukes knows nothing. Hodge, who predicted the Mackies Muchachos to come last, guess what? Hodge knows ball.
He's bringing his RSC prediction. Was
I respect that. So Hodge, who's actually winning tomorrow without bias?
Without bias, who's winning tomorrow?
Yeah, not the championship, just winning the actual race.
The race. Oh, are we talking about Formula 1?
Yeah, the race. Sorry, 2 days. I'm lost.
It's not tomorrow.
I'm fried. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just completely fried.
Kimi Antonelli's winning the race. George Russell P2, Lando Norris P3.
Oh boy. Okay, well that's a harder take than Squadron coming into last. But regardless, we're just gonna see what happens, because you know, guys, this is
Mercedes fan. What can I say? Anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely believe it. But all in due time.
I'm like an oracle, by the way.
Oh, you are absolutely. And in terms of times for the Gauntlet, everything shall be revealed. Please be sure to follow along everywhere. You have those BO5 series that will be a fantastic watch, you know, starting ourselves at 2 p.m. CET, obviously the best time zone in existence. Isn't that right, Hodge? Okay.
Shut up.
Okay.
Well, regardless what 2 o'clock it is, I won't be there because I'll be watching quali, but I'll be certainly joining later on.
Yes, absolutely. But that's going to close out the stream. But first of all, we wanted to take a second to thank our lovely Remoreed for all of the graphics work that you see on stream today. Absolutely everything he's been helping with, doing so much work. Him and Cassalien have teamed up and have formed the production that you see here today. So everything in front of you has been down to the insurmountable work that both of them have done. But Remoreed's, special shout out to him as we finish up the stream, and of course it goes on tomorrow. But I don't have anything else to add. Do either of you fellow co-casters have anything you want to say before we finish up for the day?
I'd just like to say, don't belittle yourself. I mean, you were also the production in the back, kind of, you know, the management a little bit, multitasking. You also have to focus on breathing and stuff like that. So it's fine. It took a sour turn in the end. It's completely fine.
Breathing, reporting scores, casting, all of it.
Absolutely. It was fantastic. Look at that fancy graphics. You know, he has this auto detection AI that stole all of our RAM units that just changes into people who are actually talking. Yeah, absolutely. It just detects when you're about to talk. It reads your facial. Yeah. It reads your facial emotions and stuff like that, and they predict if you're supposed to.
Testing.
Like
oh my god.
Wait, what? Wait, is that actually a thing?
No, it's not.
No.
It's Kiki and Cassalien conspiring. You're lucky you had him in the first half.
It's the skill of Cassalien right there. I was very smoked for that. Well, yeah, thank you everyone for watching. You know what, we're just gonna end it there. So yeah, big shout out to Remoreeds alongside the actual background, the Magic Man Cassalien himself, and alongside the co-streams as well, which were RiskGG_ and Gnapon Money for their respective languages in terms of German and French. Alongside me, I've been joined by Hodge and Zach as well. It's been a pleasure to cast alongside you boys, and we'll see you all next time.